is not a test. This is your emergency broadcast system.
Showtime!
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
I said, are you ready?
Are you ready?
No! I'm just ribbing. I know you're ready.
I apologize.
For the thousands in attendance, for the millions watching around the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, tonight,
After chaos,
proudly brings to you its
Awesome!
YouTube
live stream.
champions of the world!
This is your boy Elf from the Jkl Awesome. That's my boy Pop T, the hot Popics live stream.
And of course, if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for you!
What's up, peeps? Happy New Year! What's going on? Oh my god!
How are you doing?
I do it all the time backstage, guys. I'm telling Pop T, yo, I'm tired. I don't know if I could go how long, but go tonight. And then that intro comes in, and I'm hyped. I'm ready. Let's go! Oh my goodness! I wanted to do it. I wanted to do one for the New Year real quick. I was like, oh, maybe I could throw something together, but yeah, I've had a very busy couple of days, so I was like, nah, I'm not gonna be able to do that. But man, how you doing, bro?
I'm doing good, man. I'm just busy running through my head, and I don't think that there has ever been since D-Generation X such an energetic group.
Oh man, listen, they
Not
were
even,
my
yeah,
favorites. Like, I mean, there were other groups that I loved, other factions that I loved, but it's something about DX as a whole. Like, you had Shawn Michaels, who by himself, the showstopper, the icon, the main event, the whole damn show. Then you had the Game, Triple H. Then you had Road Dogg and the badass Billy Gunn. You had X-Pac, China, Rick Rude. Like, all of them individually were a presence. So together, it was just like, it was like a perfect combination, man. And then all their theme songs was dope. Like, they were just so good, so freaking good. I just wish they wore red, not green. But I love the green. But if it was red, it's so much better. Oh, anyway. Oh boy, but yeah, it was. I just had to do some DX stuff because, you know, my other intro that I did with the Jericho countdown into the Are You Ready? Like, I didn't want to do too much DX in that one. I was like, that was just, you know, my new intro, so it's kind of like asking, "Are you ready?" But when I thought of the intro for us, I definitely wanted to do like Road Dogg and Billy Gunn, which is why our first intro that I did for us was Road
the
Dogg,
True Outlaws.
and then this one it was DX focus because I had to throw everything in there because I had to throw the "Are you ready?" and the "Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages." Like, I just had to.
I think one of my favorite intros of yours that you've made is the one with Shinsuke Nakamura and the Undertaker.
Oh, that one, yes.
It
a lot of
just
people
fits so sweet, man. It fits so sweet, man.
Yeah. And I love Shinsuke. When I first discovered him, I was like, "Yo, I love this intro. Who is this guy?" And then
he likes red too.
Yeah. And then the next week, I actually went to the Barclays Center and saw him live. I was ringside when he came out.
Dude.
Unfortunately, I was on the far side of the ring, but the Titantron was right in front of me, and I got to see him come down and go in the ring, and everybody starts singing the song. Oh, it was so sweet to see him come
Goosebumps
out.
must have been unreal, though.
Yes, and that was my first time at a wrestling event in years, and at that point, I actually stopped watching wrestling for a couple of years, so I really didn't know a lot of the people who were wrestling, or at least wasn't up on like their characters and all that stuff. Like, I knew AJ Styles, I knew KO, I knew Shinsuke, and then I think they had a couple of the older guys in there. But it was like, I love that. That's what made me say I still love wrestling, even though I can't get into it like I used to. I'll still go to a live event, not knowing anything going on. I'll still go to a live event. But it's so good. But anyway, I'm stop hogging me. Listen, when I start talking,
Live events. Like, listen, I'm a wrestling fan, and I went to one live event, and that was back in 2004. It was a SmackDown live event. It's the only one I've ever been to, but obviously they didn't tour South Africa too often.
Right.
And it was back when John Cena was still starting out and everything. And dude, it was so awesome. He came out in the South African cricket gear and everything. It was pretty cool. I got to see Eddie Guerrero. I got to see Chris Benoit, and it was just before they had passed. It was really awesome.
Right, nice.
I was lucky enough for those.
Yeah. Nice. The last, not the last, but one of my most memorable live events. I was ringside when Edge retired, and me and two of my friends. And in the video, if you ever go back and watch it, there's somebody who screams out, "Thank your mom." That was my boy who screamed out to thank his mom. He's like, "You don't have to tell me to thank my mom," because his mother was sitting like 7 seats away from us. And after he retired, he went around the ring and gave high fives and shook hands, and we're actually on screen. So I was like, "Oh, we made on screen, yes." But we've had a few events where we were either really close to the front or ringside. That's when I was in Albany. Like, there's a lot of events in Albany where I got ringside. Here in New York, I've never been ringside. I've always been a little further up. But
I can imagine that it's a little bit more expensive in New York, I can gather.
Oh yeah,
Albany.
absolutely. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, it was it's just so much fun to go live. I mean, the thing with going live is that you don't get the announcers and a lot of the backstage skits that happen, the
commentators and stuff,
but you get a lot of the extra stuff that you don't see when they go to commercial. So they actually do
after the events, and
they actually do extra stuff, and they'll do like dark matches before the show, dark matches after the show. So it's really cool. And I got to meet a lot of the wrestlers that way too. Like, they actually come out and talk, or if you go to like the nearby bars or restaurants and stuff, they just be hanging out. You can literally just walk out and meet some of them, or some of the older ones that's not really associated with WWE anymore, but them. Like, I met Terry Runnels. She was just hanging out at a bar near the it was actually the Pepsi Arena, Times Union Arena. I don't know what it's called now, but whatever the arena in Albany is called now. So yeah, it was cool. It was like, oh, they just come hang out. So it was fun. I'm gonna let's go through the chat because you guys are here patiently waiting. We're gonna talk some more wrestling actually, because I watched you and Fett's show. There was something I wanted to talk about, although I forgot what it was now, but there was something you guys were talking about. I was like, oh, I could talk to them about that. So we'll see. We'll see if I can remember. What's up, Chase? Hails to the kingdom. Thank you for showing up. Yesy Lou, what's up, my peoples? What's going on? Thank you for showing up. And of course, he hit both of our channels because we still dual stream for the moment. Rion, what's going on, bro? Thank you for showing up. Appreciate you. Crazy Scottish Pop Collector, how you doing? Glad you could show up and hang out with us. Are you ready? I think DPJ is ready.
Oh, you ready?
HCF, what's up, bro? Thank you for showing up and hanging out with us. Nadia, aka Little Monster. Nadia's everywhere. She was on you and Fett stream. She came and hung out with us the other night.
Yeah, she's there. She's there like every week, though.
Yeah, Nadia showed it. She's a wrestling fan. She's a wrestling fan. So yeah, she's there. Let's see who else. Is that it? That's all that came out. Welsh Dragon Funko Hunter, what's up? Thank you for showing up. We appreciate you, bro. And that's it. That's okay. So because there were some comments in here that I wanted to get to. Said I have Hitman's photo with original autograph. He gave me a photo frame in South Africa. I actually had an opportunity to meet the Hitman when I lived in Albany. He did a signing there, and I ended up not going. And I'm so mad because now I'm like, any opportunity I get to meet like the people who I really fanboy about, I feel like I should do it, because ever since I had the opportunity to meet Carrie Fisher and I ended up passing it up going, oh, I'll see her next year. And then she died a month later. Like, I'm mad at all the opportunities I had to actually meet people that I missed. So yeah, next opportunity I get to meet Brett, I'm doing it because he's my favorite. Best there is, best there was, best there ever will be. That's my boy. That's my boy. I met the Hitman. Was a good thing people know you're talking about wrestling. Well, you never know. YouTube might not know we're talking about wrestling. Wait, he's talking about a Hitman? Wait, what's going on?
You see, my algorithm sensors are tingling.
Right? Oh, got a Roddy Piper sign card. Nice.
That's nice.
I went to Monday Night Raws, 2 SmackDowns, 2 live events. Went to 2009 Breaking Point. Nice. Tickets when I went to a signing. Nice. Awesomeness. I can't tell you all the events I went to.
No idea. There's no need to show off now. Okay. There's no need to show off.
Well, I was about to kind of show off myself, but I don't know. Should I? Well, listen, I've gone to a ton of events, Raws, SmackDowns, whatever. I haven't gone to any pay-per-views though. That's the one thing I need to do. It's kind of like a bucket list item. Go to a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
But I've been to a lot of the Raws and SmackDowns.
I think one big bucket list thing for me is to be at a WrestleMania.
Yes, Mania. When they did Mania at the Garden, I wanted to go so bad.
Once in my lifetime, at least. Dude, but then I want to do the whole shebang. I want to do the whole week. Access
the whole week, yes. Yeah, I know what you mean. Like I said, the last time they came to the Garden, I can't even say the last time because I don't know if they've been back since. Like I said, I haven't watched in like the past 5 years, but there was one where they came to the Garden within the past 7 years. They had a WrestleMania at the Garden. I don't remember, but I was like, man, listen, I want to go so bad, and then I just couldn't afford it. Like, couldn't do it. Of course, I watched the 97 Survivor Series. Who hasn't? What?
I forgot I did. That's so long ago. Wait, how old was I? 97, bro. Dude, I was 12.
Oh, 97 Survivor Series. That's the best Survivor Series.
Dude, I was 12 years old then. Like, I'd been a wrestling fan at that stage for like 2 years.
Yeah, right.
That's very weird, man. That's very weird.
I still have vivid memories of watching WrestleMania 6 in my mother's living room, sitting on the floor. And when Ultimate Warrior, who's my second favorite wrestler, he was my favorite at the time, but he's my second favorite overall. When he beat Hulk Hogan, jumping up out off the floor, knocking down somebody's plate who's eating behind me, running around the living room like a madman. Listen,
I remember like growing up, dude. I like when I couldn't watch like the pay-per-views or the show. I'd had a friend that we recorded on VHS. Yes, guys.
Yeah, bring me the tape.
And you would bring the tape over. We would rewatch it on the VHS, and we would get so angry because we couldn't afford to buy new empty VHSs all the time.
So
we had to reuse ones, and it would stretch the ribbon, and we'd get so angry because it wouldn't work.
Thank you. Yeah, I know.
People don't know what the things we went through for our passions.
Yeah, you're like VHS. They're like, what's that? You didn't just stream it? Like, I was talking to Kay about Netflix, like back in the day where you had to like send in the DVD and get one back. And she's like, I wouldn't have liked that. Like, nah, that would have sucked. I was like, no, it was the best thing ever. Like, you're going off of what you have now and thinking back, but if you think about it then at the time, it was the best thing ever.
Like our stores, I remember our stores when we went to the DVDs, used to buy used to rent. They had the options to like, we get a deal. You could rent like 3 CDs for a lower price than one.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it was best.
Yeah, you would get like these D movies that really suck, but they was just fun, like crappy movies. But then you would rent the good movie. and 2 crappy movies in order to get 3 for the lower price or whatever it was. Yeah, I know what you mean. Stuff like that. Oh man. Beard the Barbarian, what's going on?
Barbarian.
Yes, it's us again every Wednesday, 4:30 Eastern, bro.
Every Wednesday. Glad you could make it tonight.
No, 90. No, yes, that's the screw job, but it wasn't that the best. The one they call the best Survivor Series ever, or am I thinking Royal Rumble? No, I'm thinking Royal Rumble. Sorry,
wasn't the screw job at? Wasn't the screw job at a Raw?
No, it was at a pay-per-view because he was supposed to drop the belt the next night on Raw, but they screwed him.
Oh, that's what it was. That's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching when that happened. I was literally watching with a friend of mine when it happened, and I was a huge Bret Hart fan. Well, I can't say was, still am, but he was the huge Shawn Michaels fan. So we always went at each other who was the best. Even when we played the games, I would play as Bret, he would play as Shawn. But when that happened, like we were both like, whoa, something's off there. Like Bret didn't tap. He was actually trying to get out the hole. What's going on? Man, listen.
But like, dude, like,
I was so
but can you imagine?
I was so
Can
pissed.
you imagine not liking someone so much that you actually leaving a company and you didn't want to drop the title to them?
Yeah. Well, that's because
Can you imagine liking someone so much?
Because Bret dropped the title to Shawn, and Shawn never dropped it back to Bret, which was the plan. He was supposed to drop it back to Bret. He refused. He always ended up going out hurt or giving up the belt. Like he never wanted to return the favor, which is something in wrestling, that
you need to do. Yeah.
Yeah. So they ended up getting, like, their rivalry really went from respecting each other's in-ring work to just really not liking each other. And then when Shawn started making it really personal, talking about the sunny days and all that stuff, like, man, I could imagine, like, you got 2 of your top stars, both of them could really just write their own paycheck. And it's like, yeah. And then he was in Montreal. Come on, all the people who you let win in their hometown, just because he's leaving, you don't want him to take the belt because he might do what other wrestlers did and take the belt to WCW and throw it in the garbage. And all like, Bret has been loyal to you for how many years?
You could do that. But listen, he would have done that though. I'm sure he would have done that.
I don't think Bret.
No, I think he would have. I would think he would have gone as like, I don't need this piece of crap, and he would have tossed it aside. I'm here for this title. You know what I mean? Like, he wouldn't put it in garbage.
I don't think he would have took the belt because he's a man of his word, and a lot of wrestlers have said that Bret was like a stand-up guy, and if he said he was going to do something, he would do something. And they loved working in the ring with him because he was one of the best wrestlers to work with. Like, they didn't get hurt wrestling with him. Like, he didn't do stupid stuff to try to.
They say he was like the safest. He was the safest.
One of the safest. Yeah,
in the ring. Yeah.
So I don't think he would have done it. I mean, obviously, there's no way to know whether he would have or not. But if he really gave Vince his word, which is what the story is, then I think he would have gave the belt back and left peacefully, because that just seems like the type of guy he was. But anyway, we did some wrestling talk. Actually, I wanted to ask, like I said, I was trying to remember while we were talking. It was something you and Fett were talking about with Brock Lesnar winning the belt and something with Roman Reigns. I can't remember now. I wish I had written it down so I could remember, because you were talking about it and I had a point to make, like, oh man, I wish I was there to talk.
Let's start like this quickly. Roman Reigns went out with COVID. Brock Lesnar won the opposite show's title. Did that mean that he was going to beat Roman Reigns for the title since he won the opposite show's title? Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm not ringing any bells yet.
No.
I'm just trying to remember what we said during that.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. I'll if I remember during the show, I'll bring it up. If not, then whatever. But yeah, see, that's the thing I hate when I watch lives after the fact, because like, oh, I wanna be a part of it. It's like, damn it, I can't because it's not live now. But yeah, if you also, guys, if you're not watching Pop Heat and Fett's Frequency from the Rafters, Sunday nights, right?
Sunday nights.
7 p.m. Eastern. especially if you're a wrestling fan, you gotta watch. They recap a lot of stuff that goes on, that have gone on for the week, and talk about what they want to see and analyze and all that. They're good. They're good. Actually, make me want to start watching wrestling again, honestly. But I just can't.
Half the time we just verbally try not to rip Vince a new one. He's crazy, crazy.
Yeah, with some of his stuff. But yeah, so we're gonna jump off of wrestling, and of course we're gonna talk about what most of you guys. What? It was this or a nap I may chosen right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. So Funko, man, Funko had his heart attack in Montreal. Yeah, I actually met Jerry.
That's what caught my eye there. Yeah,
I met Jerry Lawler at Comic-Con twice, actually. New York Comic-Con.
That was a crazy Raw. I remember when Raw had that. That was a crazy Raw. I remember when King had that heart attack. It was so surreal. Like you're watching it, it's like, is this real life? Is it a work? What's going on?
Yeah,
and then,
that was.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No,
that's one of those things that back in the day. Oh, now that you're talking about it, when you were saying if it's a work that Roman Reigns has COVID or not, not the whole thing I want to talk about, but one of the things that you were talking about, and I was like, I know Vince would probably be like, you know what, we can use this, and then have him come out and be like, I didn't have COVID, and whatever. But it's such a sensitive topic right now. Do you really think he would go that far? Like,
yes,
I don't know.
Remember what we said. Remember what we said after that. We said Vince had a match with God.
Well, yeah, but that's different though.
He's crazy. No, but listen, if you think about it, he's crazy enough to cross religious boundaries.
Yeah, but I see that. I see that as more of, because even fans of wrestling who are highly religious would be able to take the joke of him having a fight with God. But in this sensitive time now, to like play off of the virus like that, like I would think. I mean, we all know he's probably capable of it, so I'm not even gonna say he wouldn't. But like,
it's a perfect. The idea came. It was a perfect heel move for Roman.
Well, yeah. Again, to get heat,
I didn't really have COVID.
Yeah, to gain some heat. Yeah, I guess. But that was one of the things.
Brock is going to be there on SmackDown this week, and Roman's going to be there too. It's like, so if you got COVID now, how long do you have to stay in isolation? Like 2 minutes?
I know, right? They keep CDC changing the guidelines.
It was like 14 days, 10 days. If you want to stay at home, you can stay at home.
Yeah. I think now the guideline is like 4 days with 2 negative tests within that time. I'm like, okay, like they keep changing it. But yeah, it would be some good heel heat for him though. I think, honestly, I know we keep saying we're going to get off wrestling, but we keep talking wrestling. I think
one of those easy things to do.
Yeah, right. I think they should just have them both go to WrestleMania with their respective belts and have a title for title match, not a unification match, just a title for title match. And whoever wins, they can pick which show they want to go to. Like they can stay on their show or switch shows, and then they either have to relinquish the other belt or there's a tournament for something. I don't know, but you know, if you want to build it up, that's what I think. But again, I haven't been watching wrestling in a while. I don't know what the storylines are or how they played things out. So, but just hearing you guys talk about it, I'm like, you know, you could stretch this out for a couple of months, and that could be it right there. Like, but we'll see. I don't know. Or even triple threat match. Throw Lashley or Big E in there. Fatal 4-way would be dope. Have the winner win both belts. Ooh.
I mean, how big would that? I mean, Roman Reigns isn't as big as the other three, but like he's still big.
Or I don't know who are the heels. I know Roman Reigns is a heel. Is there another heel, or are they all faces?
Lashley was heel. I don't know if he still is. So the two heels would be Lashley and Reigns.
Roman Reigns.
The two faces will be Brock and.
So what could really get them over is to have Like, let it start off as a traditional fatal 4-way. They all go at it. And then towards the end, have like either Lashley or Reigns lay down for the other so they can get the win, and then play it off as a ruse all along.
They're going to switch it over, yeah.
And then be like, all right, well, he's going to keep that belt. It gives me a better chance to get this belt. Like something, man, when you watch wrestling, you think of all these ideas and be like, that would be awesome. But who knows?
That's the frustrating thing is, like, there's so many ideas, but they go with the same dumb ones over and over.
Yeah.
How's it, Team Skibo? How you doing?
What's up? All right, we're going to get off of that. I keep saying we're going to get off wrestling, but it's such a good topic to talk about, especially when I don't know what's going on right now. So it kind of excites me like, oh, man, but let's go. I wanted to talk about Funko, but Funko ain't do much this week.
Not really, no.
No, they really didn't. I'm going to bring up their Funko site because they are having a 20% off all their exclusives. Which basically brings them back down to the price they were all last year. Because remember, they're $20 now. So, basically put them at $15. So all the Funko exclusive that are still available. If anyone's interested, go out there and grab them. Oh, Chase had on the Batman mask the other day. I was like, oh, they got the mask.
How much do they cost that side?
This one says $20. I still want to get one.
Would you pay $20 for that though?
I probably wouldn't. I mean, it is big though, because when I saw Chase with it on,
I know you would so get it. Man.
Oh yeah, if they did a Darth Vader one, I'd get one. Absolutely. I don't remember the other ones they had though. I think they had a Stay Puft.
I'm trying to remember too. Yeah.
They had Harley, which I know Kay wanted, so maybe I'd grab a Harley one for her. But yeah, Funko has stuff on sale. They didn't do a Funko drop. I definitely want to get this Watcher though. I think it's being slept on. It's most likely a future Grail, and some people in our behind the scenes Instagram chat have called it. They're like, it's a future Grail. I think it might be. So maybe I'll pick one up because they're doing the next season. So
Funko Europe had what was it? The infos Stay Puft today.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, DPJ. Thank you. I didn't know that. I thought they upped the price, but okay. I don't mind being corrected. So yeah, so it's 20% off to $15, so they're $12 a piece. There you go. Thank you. Have a good one, Nadia. We'll be here for a while, so
thanks for stopping by.
Chase said Jack Skeleton. Yeah, they had the Jack Skeleton mask. Yep. So Watcher's definitely something worth picking up. It's the only figure they made of him, yeah. And they're gonna have What If season 2, and that's probably gonna bring more people into it, and then people are gonna want the pop, and the price is gonna go up. So definitely one more mini puff, then I have them all. Oh, nice. Which one do you need? Put it in the chat. I mean, listen, if people have it, they might be willing to work something out with you. All right, and of course on Funko's website or their Twitter, I should say, they haven't really done much. There's just
the usual retweet things, and that's what
retweet to win and whatever. Something I did see that they tweeted, which I wanted to show, which I forgot they even made this pop, was this one, the Spider Girl with the blue chase.
The thing, though,
I was like, I forgot all about this pop.
But I think that's all the pre-order thing. Like when they have it on pre-order for so long, you do tend to forget about it, unfortunately.
Yeah. It's so cool. Like, I mean, I don't plan on getting it, but I know a Spider-Man fan. Like, this is awesome. And I'm a Spider-Man fan, so almost anything spider centric, I guess you could say, I'm into. And it looks so cool. But yeah, I'm not planning on getting it. But oh man. You can see I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel talking about Funko stuff. Like, yeah, there's really nothing to talk about. Funko has been really good to us right now, where they haven't they basically went hard at us all year, and now they're giving us a break. But most likely starting back next week is on again. So
what's the first con?
It's
they
had Emerald City, which usually was the spring con, so they moved it because that was the spring Comic-Con. It was Emerald City in March. So I don't know what the next one is.
Maybe they mix it up and give us something different this year.
So who has found the Blacklight Deadpool bucket list pop? I have not, because I haven't been going for them. I don't think I've seen anyone pull one yet.
Rian, I think Wayne's pulled. Rian's flexing because he bought one box and he pulled it.
Oh, that's a good flex. That's a good flex.
It's a pretty sweet pop. He brought it around to show me. It's pretty sweet, man.
Jeez, go for it, man. Listen, whenever you can flex, you can flex. Go for it. Funko did drop a bunch of board games. None of them I'm gonna get. Most likely what I'll do is look on YouTube and see people who have bought them and do the learn how to play series or show themselves playing it, so I can see it. Because the Disney Villains game that they had out, like that looks like a fun game to play. You just have to have people who are willing to learn a new game, because some of the rules are kind of, you got to get used to playing this game. It is kind of intensive, but it looks like it's a lot of fun. So I definitely want to get some people together and get one of them, but I don't have friends like that, so I don't know. What I do like about them though is like the different characters you could play as, because you play as the villains, and each, of course, Barbarian is about to say something in the chat. You watch, but each villain has a win con, because they don't all have the same win con. They all have to do different things to win. But some villains' win con is easier than others. So it's like if you're playing with a kid, like you could give them the easy win con, so they don't have to work as hard or do as much. And you could pick somebody with one of the more difficult win cons, and you can still play against each other and have a good time. So I like.
So what is
it?
Like,
oh, pretty cool. What's the what?
It's like a game, like a physical game, right?
The Disney Villains, yes, it's a board game, yeah, and they have different expansion packs to it.
So, like, essentially, what you could do, like, you could have like a game master, right? That has a second camera over the game, and then you on the screen, and then you play with like 3 other people on the screen via StreamYard, for example, and you just control everything, like, just
that particular game. It would be kind of difficult. Like, I'll show you. If I could find it, I'll go on YouTube and find the play tutorial I found where people were playing it. And yeah, I don't know if you could do that on camera like that, and me control everything and have everyone else, because you have to. I don't know. I know what you're talking about, because you could do that with Magic and Pokemon and things like that. Like, because I have my cards, you have your cards. Just show your board and
you can even just draw, like, I don't know.
A game like that, I don't know if you could. I think it would be kind of like trying to play Monopoly with 3 other people online. Like, it can get pretty. It could end up being a lot to try to keep track of, and I guess you could do it. Anyway, yeah. I know what you mean, and I think you probably could, but a game like that, there's a lot to keep track of.
Too much work for the one person,
Yeah, certain games like checkers, you can do that easy. But a game like that, there's a lot to keep track of. So I don't know if it would be worth doing. But maybe. I don't know. Anyway, I'll just go through. Here's the Funko. A lot of these say new. They're not really new. They're just like either restocks or what have you. Some cool pops. I haven't watched Encanto yet.
Dude, we watched it. We watched it just past Sunday. It's such a cool movie.
It's good. Yeah. All right. So I definitely want to watch it. I saw the trailers for it. I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool. So yeah, I want to watch it. But yeah, like I said, nothing much going on in Funko Land, which is actually pretty good. They beat us over the head all freaking year, so giving us a little bit of a break. So they can start off fresh next week, throwing more pops at us. They're like, all right, Christmas came and went. We'll give you a couple weeks to recoup that money, and then we'll come after you.
About it. I love how this is what we were chatting about in the group. I love how just after Christmas they put a lot of things on 50% sale. You know, the bosses know that. Listen, you just spent like everything on Christmas presents.
Yeah. And that's something that a lot of places do. They'll be like, all right, well, you know, here's a bunch of sale stuff. We know you spent a bunch of money, so everything's on sale now. You're like, yeah, I can't afford to buy it on sale now. What is good? I didn't know this right here, though. I didn't know these were back in stock. Damn it. Add the card. Damn it. Oh, man. So, it said, giving us a break. They need to break my pops out the cargo container. Oh, they sure do. Listen, Quick Draw, thank you for showing up. From what I've heard, it's getting a little better. Obviously, there's still delays, but from what I heard, it's getting better. So, Chase said 2 cameras each player. No, you can't do that. Funko PDX, what's up? Thank you for showing up. Yeah. Who else? That's it. All right. All right. So that's it for that. Funko didn't do much. Not much to talk about. I'm gonna do my channel shout out real quick. Channel shout out is for Funko Muppet. I know. Last Catchem did a. Was it last? I'm pretty sure it was last. She did a story saying to hit him up, you know, get him over 50. So he's over 50 subs now. He's at like 55 subs, actually 56 subs. So, you know, going over Funko Muppet. I haven't seen a new video drop in a minute, but I'm pretty sure he's going to come back with some stuff. Pretty funny.
Funko Muppet.
Yeah, I just dropped the link. Funko Muppet. Unfortunately, you can't search YouTube for Funko Muppet because what you're going to get is a bunch of videos about the Funko Pops. The Funko Muppet Pops. You're not going to get Funko Muppet because the channel is so small. It's like when I first started Jkl Awesome, and I used to type in Jkl Awesome, and I used to get all this other stuff. I used to get K&L all the time, K&L collectibles. That's why I call them my initials, bro. And I used to get all this other videos. And now you put in Jkl Awesome. Jkl Awesome comes up top.
Okay, there we go. Guys, I did a live subscription there. I subscribed to them. Guys in the chat, go subscribe. Watch a few seconds or whatever the hell you have to do now. Give them your firstborn, some of your donkey's blood or whatever, so that they keep the subscriber count or whatever it is.
Yes, and he's also got an Instagram, Funko_Muppet91. So be sure to go over there and hit him up with a sub or follow.
58 at the moment.
Yes. Thank you, guys. Thank you. So we help each other grow.
I'm sure we can get him to 60.
Oh, yeah. Let's get him to 60. I mean, that would be awesome. All right. So we did our channel shout out. We talked a little bit of Funko stuff and some wrestling. What I want to talk about right now is something that I forgot to put his name up there. Funko Muppet. Okay. I suck so much. What you think is the because since I think this would be, you know what? Let's start off with the bad. First, the worst pop of 2021. I didn't want to. Unfortunately, way too many pops came out. I barely remember what came out like a month ago, let alone trying to remember what came out in January. So I don't have a list, and even if I had a list, I wouldn't have sat there and went over every freaking pop to find the worst. So what I did was I thought, what was the worst pop that I actually would have liked, but it just didn't look or just wasn't done right, if you get what I'm saying. So instead of just because like there's a lot of stuff I don't collect, so I can easily say, oh, the worst
a lot
pop
of things you could literally pick anything because you can just pick outside your usual collection things. Yeah.
Right. So instead of doing that, hey Tats, what's going on? Thank you for showing up. Instead of going, instead of just going, okay, yeah, this hockey player pop sucks. I decided to think of something that I wanted or liked or thought I would like, but then saw it and was like, yeah, no. So Funko tried to put up a contender every month for worst pop of the year. We're actually going to talk about those. We're going to talk about those, the Batman pops. But for me, I actually have two, and I'm going to show you one of them right now.
You always have to oversell it, isn't it? Like you always have to go like bring one kid to school. Well, I brought all 15 of them.
Well, because actually I cheated because this is actually 6.
Overcompensation with you is like it's not even a thing anymore. It's like a norm
because you guys don't know what goes on in my head, and sometimes it's so hard to narrow things down. But
I'm scared. Like if this is what you're doing, like out of your head, what the hell's going on in your head?
In the case of this one, I mean, it doesn't have to be all 6. Just pick any one of these. It's just this set. And I couldn't find individual pictures because I had this up on my Instagram. So I was like, okay, this.
But I got a feeling on why you didn't like it. And I reckon showing all 6 of them would prove your standpoint anyway.
Well,
I think
I liked it because seeing them in the pictures, they look awesome. And I know a lot of people had problems with the colors of them. I was like, you know what? The colors match the characters somewhat, green here, red here, blue here, yellow here. I mean, the only ones that I think should have been switched were these two because Hawkeye's more associated to purple than orange. But he did go get the Soul Stone in the movie, so maybe that's why they made him orange. I don't know. But, I mean, outside of those two, the color swap, which I think should have been, the issue is when people started getting the pops in hand, they look crappy. Like they look like
they're cheap.
Yes. I mean, I started seeing pictures of them of people having them live in hand and they just look so bad.
I remember when we saw it. Yeah, like you remember you were saying, yeah, man, they're translucent, they look awesome and everything.
Yeah.
And you saw it in life, they weren't. And you were like, what?
Yeah, they look so crappy. And I like this. And I like the stand with the stones in front of each character, which you really don't notice unless you're looking. Like, it looks so good. And I think it's such a good set. It's such a good concept, I should say. But they came out and it was like, oh, man. So
they just had to make it. They just had to make it translucent, and that's all it was.
Yeah. And I'm glad I didn't order them. I was going to, and I kept waiting. I was like, all right, I'll get them. I'm going to get them. And then when people started getting them in hand, I'm like, okay, glad I didn't get it. So that's one candidate.
Chase brings up the argument with the light behind them. They're like semi-translucent or whatever. The thing is, you're not going to have a light behind them all the time. Like,
I'm sure not.
If you did them something like the Destiny's Child translucent waterfall pops, that would have been a different story, I think.
Yeah. Oh, you're talking about TLC.
TLC. Why did I say Destiny's Child?
Yeah, it's all right. I know what you're talking about. Jason, I'm also scared of inside of Jkl's head. Trust me, I got a lot of stuff in my head. Machine Gun Kelly Pop. I don't think that was worst of the year, but yeah, if you hated it. DJ Khaled, yeah. I like DJ Salad. Damn autocorrect. I know. Oh man. But yeah, that's Funko PDX said they all look like melted plastic. Exactly. That's how they looked. And I'm like, it was such a disappointment. But other than that one, a pop that I actually liked, but just don't like the circumstances around it was this one. Now, I got the Santa and the red and green and the Fiend, the Santa. Oh, and it's glow in the dark. It's cutesy and everything. But they dropped the pop right after they released the wrestler.
Listen,
And I know you don't like the pop. I know you don't like it, but
I can call this pop one thing, but I would have to drop an F-bomb for that.
We get one.
Right.
We get one.
That is what you call a fuck you Funko Pop. Honestly, that's like, well, sure, buddy. Let's put the most evilest and
see again, like when
this is why Vince is an asshole. This is why Vince is an asshole.
When they first dropped it, and we were talking about it, you hated it. I was like, oh no, it's for winter and Santa and the holiday, but and also they WWE already licensed it, Funko already made it, so they got to make their money, so they're gonna drop it whether the character is there or not. But that's the problem I had with it, not necessarily how it looked, because I get what they were going for. I hated the fact that, of course, as a business, you're gonna do it, you got to make your money back, but it was just like you said, it was an FU to the.
This was as simple as
character.
that. That's what it was. Like as simply as
the
that.
Character.
Would you do this to Brock Lesnar, bro?
If he was still in the company and they did it, it wouldn't have hit as hard, because they probably
wouldn't do it, because he wouldn't let them do that to his character. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, but they had already, remember, the pop came out like a month after he was released. There's no way they produced it that fast, so they had to already have it in production.
You know how much money Vince McMahon has? I'm
wondering if they had plans to have the Fiend in a Santa hat at one point.
I don't know. I can't listen, man. There's nothing really changed about the mold besides the hat. Everything else is just painted. Like,
I don't think he's ever dressed like that. DJ won't toss salad. Yeah, the Baby Yoda light sound looks good. Yes.
I think this is one of the things that was like a concept, and they're throwing an idea, and this is one of the ideas that pissed him off, saying, well, I'm not staying around.
It could be. It could have been that too.
Honestly, like. Anyway.
No, you good. Listen, I know it was gonna set you off, but that's
the thing.
That's
is,
what
would have made sense if it was his alternative ego, Bray Wyatt, in the purple jumper and everything. That would have made more sense then. Then I would buy that all day.
Right.
But I mean, it's just so contradictory to like. But yeah,
who the character was, yeah. But that's one of those pops. Like I said, I like it, and I like the character in WWE. That was one of the characters that, I had no idea what was happening in wrestling, but when he was on screen, I wanted to watch, like him and Shinsuke and KO. Like, for whatever reason, those characters, like, I want to see them, but I just don't like how they did it, and I don't like the fact that they released him and then dropped it, and like you said, it doesn't fit the character. So what were they going for? And of course, with the character not there anymore, we have no idea what the tie-in might have been or whatever. So it was just, it's like, it's hard to get behind that one. So what were your worst, if you have one or two?
I had two, right? But the one didn't come out, but I was excited for it. But I was disappointed that it didn't come out. If that makes sense. I don't know if this falls in the same sort of worst pop. So it's not a bad pop, but it's the worst, that the fact that it didn't come out yet. Okay. And that is the Zorro One Piece Pop that was announced, but they put it on delay, and it still hasn't come out yet. Okay. It's him in a kimono with the white and what you call it. That's a little bit of disappointment. And
talking about with the swords? The one with the swords?
Yeah, he's got a white kimono and green.
Okay.
Second.
That one.
Yeah, that one, yeah.
Okay.
Now, that was meant to come out. It didn't come out because of who knows what the reasons was. Supposedly because the clothing or something like that, which is absolutely ridiculous.
Right.
But, we have to wait and see eventually when it comes out. It is still on all the checklists and all this stuff, so I don't know what's happening with it. But the pop itself is awesome. So it's not a worst pop in that category, worst, the fact that it didn't come out.
Right. Okay.
So, I mean, if you remember correctly, it was announced back in March of last year.
Was it really that long ago?
Next year. Yeah.
Wow.
It was that fun fair, Funko Fun.
Oh yeah,
fair,
it was
whatever.
Funko Fair. We just saw it. Yeah. Wow, that was in March. Wow.
You know what I mean? So that's for me the fact that it didn't come out. It was so disappointing. Then the other one, I'm sure you can kind of guess it. Chase was almost there when he spoke about Goofy. But with the exception, I think it was more me having the idea that this pop could have possibly been a black light. Would have been an awesome idea, and then they let me down with the stupid artist series. You know what I mean? I think that upset me so much. Like, even though, like, I didn't really like, I didn't like it, but I don't think I ever showed how much it really annoyed me at the time. Where I thought the concept of it being like a black light, and all the black lights were hitting target at that time.
Yeah.
You know, so it kind of just made sense.
Yep.
And then that was a stupid artist series thing. And I was like, I was so like, I felt so defeated. I was like, wow. You know, like, because I was ready. Like, I'm gonna buy all 4 of those models. I'm gonna do it, man. And then
yeah.
You know, I think that was like one of the things. And I'm sure if I had just a little bit more time to think about like disappointments and stuff, I think I could think of quite a bit more. Right? But I mean, we don't really want to do that.
Yeah, I agree with you with these. I was excited when I heard they were going to be turtles. You know, we were hoping for Blacklight. Then we heard art series, and we were like, okay, they could do something good with it. And then you saw the images, and it was like
I'd say like it's mostly my fault, to be honest. Like I'll take blame for it because I had it so in my head that it's Blacklight. You know what I mean? If I hadn't had that thought, if I honestly hadn't had that thought in my head, you know, it's Ninja Turtle Pops, and I didn't think about the Blacklight and the fact that, as I said, that Target was releasing a lot of Blacklight T-shirts and that stuff.
Right.
Well, I wouldn't have been so disappointed. I would have made the objective noticing about the misshaped heads and that sort of thing, but I would have been so like emotionally distraught by it. Like, was
right? He said emotionally distraught. You were sitting in your bathtub with the shower on you, just rocking back and forth. You were just emotionally drained.
I was drained. I couldn't handle it.
Oh man. All right. So we're gonna get off of our worst. You guys in the chat can put down what.
Oopsie daisy. He's dropped out. Most random thing ever. He's back.
I don't know what happened. I was just
talking
and I just went away. I was like, you guys can put down in the chat what you think your worst pop 2021 was. There's a lot to choose from, so we could be on that all day, so we're not going to go there. But what was your best? What do you think the best pop of 2021 was? That's another list that's hard. It's like
that's a hard list. That is a very, very hard list.
I was
as you know, a lot of good anime pops came out this year. Like so many. I guess you guys are going to be sick of me showing this pop off, but obviously,
listen, keep showing it. It's awesome. It's an awesome pop.
My greatest pop, you know, like, dude, amazing stuff. I love this thing. It's so good, man.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad. Don't be afraid. That's right. You show it off.
I'm very. I'm other pops that's come out this year. I would like to have mentioned. But I'm glad it's coming up, but I haven't done the video for yet, so I don't want to spoil it. So
don't spoil it. Don't spoil it.
So these other pops that were actually very close contender, just was the way the design was. Mm-hmm. But yes, definitely number one, Luffy Gear 4.
Yeah, that's a good one. Mr. Ugly said diecast Batman. It's definitely a good one. Definitely a good one. Not my favorite, or what I think is the best. I think the best for me personally, like I said, this is all of our personal opinions. The Blacklight, yep, your favorite. Blacklight Ghost Rider, sorry. For me, it was oh damn, I gotta share the screen again. Oops. Since I got kicked out. Was these bad boys right here. This is my candidate for best of 2021. Now, obviously, there are pops that came out that I actually think look better designed, especially some of the anime. Like I always say, anime, I may not be into it, but just about every anime pop I can look at and be like, yo, that looks so cool, because anime is just meant to be in pop form. Like, I don't know. But for me, on a more personal, Star Wars, Force Ghosts, 2 out of my 3 favorite characters, 2 out of 3 of my favorite characters, I should say. Like, listen, I'm just mad I haven't got my hands on it yet. I'm trying though. Like the 3-pack is super awesome. So that's for me. I mean, I could pick a lot. Like, I'm sure a lot of people know that I could pick like 3 Vaders that came out last year, but nope. I'm gonna.
But I mean, this is a good concept for Pops in though.
Yeah, this is super cool, and I'm trying to get all the holographic Star Wars pops before they shoot up too high, and of course I can't right now, and I know they're gonna start shooting up soon, and it's freaking killing me because I could be getting them for lower prices now. But it is what it is. I'll get them eventually. But man, I love these pops. Love them. All right, what's yours? What say you? Oh, glow in the dark Loki. That's a good one. 18-inch Iron Man. That was a good one. 10-inch, the new Joker, Jack Nicholson. That one was good. That was a nice one. He said needs old man Vader, not young dude. I feel you, Mr. Ugly, but George Lucas changed it, and because I would have preferred the older Anakin anyway for that scene. I don't think they should have changed it, but it is what it is. Yep, 5-pack Bad Batch. I like that one too. That's a good one for 2021. What do you think, Pop Heat? You have a favorite? Oh, you already said yours. Never mind. I'm asking you a question that you answered first. So here we go. And with that being said, we got to get into some rumors. We got rumors. I need to put a sting for that. Rumors. Where are we? Here we go. Okay, I had to find it. That's why I just sent those back to you earlier, like, because I'm sure I sent them earlier, or you sent them to me, and I was like, I don't want to go digging deep into our Instagram.
Yeah, I was like, dude, you sending it to me, and I was like, but dude, I'm sure.
Yeah, I just did that so it'd be easier to find. So, bam, guys, here we go. Marvel. We got some upcoming Marvel Black Light pops. We got Scarlet Witch. Supposedly, rumors. We got a Scarlet Witch, which I can't imagine. Oh, it should look so good. Blacklight, Sylvie, another Captain America. So I'm assuming it's going to be more from maybe a What If,
maybe
or
it's a
something.
more modern one or something. Yeah.
Yeah. 10-inch The King from What If. I don't know who The King was. I'm trying to think. I mean,
I was actually looking at. Listen, I was trying to remember
because I know you had what's his name in Wakanda, Killmonger, when he went to Wakanda.
No, but I remember them saying there was someone called the King, wasn't there?
I don't know. I don't remember. I don't know. And I feel bad because I watched them, but I don't remember. But it's a 10-inch, so I don't know. Like, who would they make 10-inch? The Watcher? That would be a dope 10-inch. Especially if it's from What If. But I know, but I'm just saying. You got the King, Pop, and T. I wonder if that's supposed to be Black Panther, because they dropped the Black Panther Pop and T-shirt. So I don't know. I don't know. I guess we'll see. And of course, a Hawkeye Blacklight, which they just make it
I
purple.
don't know if this is going to affect your screen, but I'm going to send you another. It's anime pops to come.
Oh, another set of rumors.
Yeah.
Shh, rumors.
I don't know where I got it.
Okay. All right, no worries, Funko PDX. Have a good one. We'll see you later. Always appreciate you coming through. John, what's up? Yes, Blacklights. Yes, we got a lot more Blacklights
John.
coming.
You said that so hard.
John, yes, you got to. Some Nightmare Before Christmas Blacklights. I dropped the link to Amazon because they had dropped it early for whatever reason. Then they pulled it. The Blacklight Sally was on Amazon, but they pulled it off.
So now this is a suspicious. Maybe some of these are true.
Yes,
possibility.
Because Sally was listed on Amazon. It's actually still listed. You just can't buy it. When you go to the listing, there's no picture of the pop. You know, they got the generic pop
currently
shape.
not available. Yeah.
Right. So but it does say Nightmare Before Christmas Blacklight Sally. If you want to find the link, go to my Instagram, in my bio, in my link tree, and there's a link in there. I know it's a couple of steps, but yeah, go check it out.
Yes, look at the tree. Yeah.
Yeah, you got the Jack with Snake. Actually, it might be in the description of this video, right? Because I know you.
It is. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so you don't even have to
actual
go to
tree link. That makes it 10 times easier.
Link tree. There you go. Zero Blacklight, the Mayor, Santa Jack, Oogie Boogie, a 10-inch Jack with Zero, and a 10-inch Oogie Boogie. Now it's supposed to be Blacklights, guys. These are all supposed to be Blacklights.
These are all obviously like pops that have been out already. So they obviously did reuse molds for these.
Yes.
Because if you're looking at, there is a 10-inch Jack with Zero, which is fine if it's. I mean, it's Blacklight. That's a different story. You know what I mean?
Yep. Like the thing with the Blacklights, I don't mind that they're using old molds because the Blacklights, the coloring on them, it pops so much, and the fact that it's Blacklight, so you get that extra flavor on top of it. Like it's just cool. I don't even mind that they're reusing. I'm
laughing at Kevin's comment there. There goes Rian's wallet because he collects nice.
Okay. Yo, a lot of us, our wallets got hit hard the past couple of months for Funko. Telling you, they're really getting us. Of course, and we have some sodas. They have 2 Jack sodas, so I don't know if they just put it down twice or if they're actually doing 2 different Jack Skeleton sodas.
Remember, you get normal Jack Skeleton, you get Vampire Jack.
Yeah,
sodas.
Could be those 2, especially if they're just doing a repaint of the old mold. So yeah, that makes sense. But
Rian said he was 99% done. Not anymore, man.
Not anymore, because they're coming. You better save up that cash. A Nightmare Before Christmas, like I'm not even a huge fan of it. Like, of course, I love it.
That's a popular line, though. Eh?
It's super popular, and I know a lot of people know what it is. And you know, it's one of those Christmas and Halloween movies that you watch every year. I actually haven't watched the movie in years. I've seen snippets of it here and there, but the pops are pops that when they come out, I want to get them so bad, but I just not a huge fan. So it's like, I'm not going to get them, but I wish I had them in my collection. So now for them to be Blacklight, again, I'm not one of those people that's like, I want to get every Blacklight pop, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to try to get my hands on a couple of these. I'm pretty sure. If anything, if I can get Jack and Sally, I'd be happy. But
yeah, at one stage I was actually I was considering just collecting them too, just like one of each of them, you know. And then I was like, no, I don't know.
Yeah, because it's like, oh man, they're killing me. The Chase and Mr. Ugly are fighting, so oh man. So of course we have after that Gotham Knights. Now
I'm a little bit excited for this. I'm not like too into it or anything, but I'm excited for this. I mentioned it on New and Old's stream. I don't know. I just think they'll look cool.
Yeah, well, the characters themselves, you can see them down here. It's Robin, Nightwing, Batgirl, and Red Hood. Now, a little bit of backstory for those who may not know. Nightwing is Dick Grayson, who's the original Robin. Batgirl is Barbara Gordon, who's Commissioner Gordon's daughter. Most of us probably know these things, but you know, just putting out there in case you don't know. Red Hood is actually the second Robin, Jason Todd, who was killed years ago because fans hated him So DC had a contest. It was like, all right, you call this 800 number and vote, and if you want him to die, if you want him to live, and people voted for him to die, and he ended up dying because less than 50 votes or something like that. So it was really close, but then he came back years later after this story called Hush, Batman story. He came back, and he's just a real D-bag, or he was. I don't know what his character is now, but he took on the name Red Hood. And Robin, I don't know if this is the third Robin, which was Tim Drake, or if it's Batman's son, Damian, Bruce Wayne's son, Damian Wayne. I'm not sure which Robin this is, because it just says Robin. I know in the comics, Tim Drake became Red Robin, and then he took on the name The Drake, because Drake is a type of bird, which I don't think makes sense, because his name is Tim Drake and his superhero name is The Drake. Like, it's not too hard to put two and two together there. But that's another conversation for another live. I don't know which Robin this is. That's all I'm trying to say. But it's one of those two. I never read this comic. If it is a comic, I'm not familiar with the Gotham Knights theme. Like, if they formed a team and called them Gotham Knights, not sure. But these are all characters that I know and I'm familiar with. And depending on how the pops look, yes, I'm on board with these.
Well, if they look anything like the pictures that's given there, I think they're going to look fire, bro.
Yes, especially if they do the coloration like this or the poses. I mean, I doubt they'll do Robin with the stick over his head, but it would be cool. And you might not see Red Hood with a gun, because apparently DC doesn't make guns on their pops anymore, which I was like, okay. But yeah, some cool looking pops coming that I'm excited to see. I want to see what they look like. Say they look like anime DC characters. No, they actually have them in the comics. There was a comic. I mean, they do look more stylized, but comic books have gotten a lot more stylized. So yeah. Funko Brothers, what's up? Thank you for showing up. Appreciate you. Funko Brothers with the Z. And then we have new sodas coming. We got Mike Wazowski from Monsters Inc. I always forget. E.T., which E.T. soda. Heck yeah. Captain Cutler. I don't know what Captain Cutler is. I'm probably familiar with it, the look, but I'm just saying the name.
You can't put it together right now, yeah.
Yeah. SpongeBob, of course, SpongeBob. I want a SpongeBob soda. I got like 4 or 5 SpongeBob pops. Of course, I want a SpongeBob soda. Bigfoot, which we all know who Bigfoot is, and Drooper. Not familiar with what Drooper is either.
But one thing, looking at this list, Mike Wazowski and SpongeBob, we're very interested to see their shape as sodas.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of interested in what they're gonna do with the chase, like, because SpongeBob, he's got so many meme-worthy like things, like different characters within SpongeBob you could do with the chase. Like, they're gonna do the Imagination Rainbow, him with the jellyfishing pole, like something. Like, I want to see what they're gonna do with the chase. But yeah. A decent list. Like I said, I don't remember Captain Cutler or Drooper. Like, a lot of times they'll go back to the to like the old school wacky races and things like that, the old Hanna-Barbera. So one of these could be from that, and one is probably a cereal mascot, like an old cereal mascot that we don't remember. Because sometimes they'll do a cereal mascot, and I'm like, I remember seeing that, but I don't know the name of it. So it's possible it's one of those. I mean, I could probably just look it up and find out, but we'll see. He said E.T. chase a flower. It'll be a flower, because I don't think they have the license for Reese's Pieces. So they'll probably just do flower. Or actually, they could have the pieces in his hand and not necessarily call them Reese's Pieces, because, it's just candy in his hand. So they could probably do that. And they won't do what we want. I got 2 people saying Captain Cutler is a glow. So, okay. Oh, Captain Cutlass Scooby Doo. Okay. I think
Probably
I
a
know
ghost or something. So
I think I know who it is now. Yeah, the green dive suit guy. Gotcha. Yeah, he's in the dive suit, the old school diving suit. So yeah. It'll probably be a glow. You're right. Yeah, John. SpongeBob. I'm definitely looking forward to a SpongeBob soda. That's gonna be awesome. After that, boy, we got a list here, and I'm gonna not butcher these names. So
I got on my phone here, and I can give it a go, even though I'll watch it. So the first one is a pop ride, guys. This is for Naruto, if anyone's wondering. It is pop ride Deidara. So that's one of the villains for this Akatsuki group. So that's freaking sick right there. Then you got a pop town. You got a pop town, Hidden Leaf Village. That's the gate to the actual village where Naruto's from, with him standing in front of it. So I suppose that's going to be a Naruto version of the pop town. Then you got two moments. You got Madara and versus Might Guy, and you got another moment, Naruto versus Pain. It's going to kill my pocket. Then you got two 6 inches. Not going to butcher the second part of them. Then you got Naruto in jutsu pose. You got Naruto in Sage training, and you got Jiraiya in Sage mode. One I'm very excited for is Shikamaru with lighter. I think that's going to look really cool. Itachi reanimation with white eyes. That's going to be sick. Conan with wings. I can't remember that character. Kisame. That's another. Freaking the bad guy group. I forget his name now. You got Killer Bee with a chase. He's another Jinchuriki, which is really cool. Then you got Madara with a white mask, and you got Obito. This is gonna be sick, man. I'm gonna be so poor next. I'm gonna have to start saving money now. At least, like I said, I wasn't gonna collect a lot of Naruto pops, but like. There's like 3 or 4 Akatsuki pops there, bro. And there's Naruto Sage mode, Jiraiya Sage mode. Oh, man.
Naruto versus Pain.
I'm going to have to put my... That's it, man. That's going to be sick, man. Dude.
Itachi. You guys are really excited about these pops. I have no idea.
No, but like the evil group that I'm collecting, that Pain and he's right? There's 2 of the pops there. Deidara is one of them. Kisame is the other one. What was the other one?
Pop ride. Oh man.
Yeah, because you see, one of his moments is he makes clay creatures. So obviously, one of the clay creatures he flies on. Okay. And then the other one being the Naruto and Pain moment. Oh, bro, this is not fair, man. Guys, come on.
And they got these 2 6 inches. Oh, okay. Quick Draw said Killer Bee with cheese would be way cooler. Instead of with cheese.
I'll be interested to see what the chase would be from Killer Bee. I'd say maybe because he has this thing where his creature is, like you got with Naruto, you got 9 tails being Naruto's creature. Now he's Killer Bee is an octopus with 8 tails, so we'll have the tails coming out. Conan with barbecue wings. I don't know who that is though. Like, let me see who it is, and then I can.
Some white eye.
Better reference to it.
Awesome. Yeah, we got to get better with these, like putting up pictures and stuff. Don't trust us, guys. We try. We're gonna get there.
Listen, I only got the list a few seconds ago.
Moments ago, exactly.
Oh, Conan. She's basically a sibling of Pain, so I need to get that one too. There's like 5 pops on that list. So remember when I asked Funko if they could do the rest of the Akatsuki group? Remember I asked so nicely on this famous live stream what Popics they doing?
Oh man. Yeah.
Oh, that is so. Oh man.
So let me see if I can. Is this her?
Yeah, I suppose that's a custom. Does it say with wings?
Yeah, it has wings on it.
This is Oh, bro, I'm gonna faint, man.
That's a custom. I don't think that's the pop.
No, but that's the concept, though. She had her wings out like that. So if Funko does anything like that, it's gonna be amazing, bro. Oh, I'm not ready for this year, bro.
You're not ready? I don't think any of us are, bro. Man, listen. Oh.
So listen, guys, I'm selling my right kidney. Anyone wants to buy it?
I'm just looking at some of these like statuettes and stuff of this character. I'm like, oh wow, this is kind of cool. Let me pull this up just so you guys can get a look.
Yeah, so that's her. She's one of the three. The guy, Jiraiya, right? He trained Naruto, right? But Naruto wasn't his first student. This lady and two others were his first students. So they technically Naruto's brothers and sisters in martial arts, you could say.
Okay.
Ninja way.
Let me see.
Dude, he's so sick, man.
Characters. So these are all different characters right here, right? From Naruto.
Yeah. Okay, so that's. Okay. I'm trying to see. Unfortunately, he's pretty small. I forget his name, the first guy, but he's a customer. Then you've got Itachi.
He's got a head in his head.
Oh man, what's his name? Oh, I forget his name now. But anyway, Kisame, that's the guy in the middle. The bottom. That's the Kisame. These pops so sick. Yeah, I believe that's Itachi on the rocket too.
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I tell you, anime. Woo! Like I said, I don't watch it. I mean, man. I could tell you these are Naruto characters only because of the clothing they're wearing. I know that's what that's from.
Yeah,
some of them, the headbands, I know that's what the headbands are from, but I have no idea who's who and what's what. It's just like Attack on Titan before I started watching it. Like, yeah, I see the jackets and the symbols. I know it's from Attack on Titan, but I didn't know anything about it. But now that I watched it, I have a little more information. I still don't remember all the characters' names, but you know. Yes, we're getting there. We're getting there. Episode 2, we're getting there. And there goes Pop's wallet.
Oh, my birthday, guys! My birthday is in March, so if you're feeling very generous this year,
listen, I put that word out every year to people, and I mean, I've been disappointed, so I don't even bother anymore. You don't have to buy me nothing. I'll buy it all myself. And then when you ask me to go out and I tell you I'm broke, and you're like, why are you broke? You never do anything. Because I'm buying all my own pops.
Buying all the things you could have bought me.
That's right. So I'm always broke. Said Itachi is a bad guy. I love him.
Listen, Itachi was he's one of the times, or you know, when I said that famous words, a villain is a bad guy. A villain is a hero that hasn't had their story told.
Yeah,
as simple as that. And Itachi is one of those characters that's perfect for that.
Well, I would say I might watch it, but I know there's no way I'm getting into Naruto.
Dude, I swear to God, if you do something like watch Naruto as opposed to One Piece, I think I might buy a plane to freaking New York.
I was actually about to say there's no way I can start watching Naruto before I start watching One Piece. I'm still waiting on the dub of My Hero Academia's latest season and of Attack on Titan's latest season. But
the last half of the second half of the last part.
Right. Actually, a friend of mine at work, her and another coworker were talking about their kids and how they were watching anime and this, that, the other. And one of my coworkers is big into One Piece. Like he's watching it now in the 1100th episode, whatever it's up to. and he was saying that he was talking to her, my other coworker, telling her that yeah, all the episodes, and you're gonna have to catch up and the thing and that, and so with the son, and I was like, yeah, I got a friend of mine that's trying to get me to watch One Piece, and I watched the first episode, and I want to keep watching it, but just thinking of the commitment, but it's supposed to be ending and this and that, and he was like, yeah, but definitely watch the subtitle because the subtitle is better than the dub. And I was like, I've always heard that, but for me to sit there and read it, like I like having stuff on and I don't have to like be glued to the screen. He was like, definitely the subtitle. He's like, the story's better, things are better. Do this. So
the thing is, like what I'd do for you, I'd first watch it in dub. The reason why I say that, I try and tell a lot of people watch anime in dub first, if you can, especially if you're already behind on it. The reason for that is you get more attached to the characters in your own language. You're more familiar with the characters, and then changing over into the dub is a lot easier.
Yeah, because I really do want to watch it because I keep saying it, and I honestly did like the first episode, and it's definitely something where I'm like, okay, this seems interesting. I like to watch more, but again, the commitment of all the episodes, and the thing is, like, I say that, but when you're into something, you don't really care about that. You'll be like, oh, more episodes to watch, great, it's awesome. So if I'm enjoying it, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna just keep watching it. It's just the thought of it is just like, Jesus, it's so much. So it's like that mental block, because I could tell you right now, if they had like 1,000 episodes of The Office, I'd be like, sweet, I get to watch 1,000 episodes of The Office. So it's like, it's just that mind hurdle again.
I actually started watching The Office. I think I'm on episode 6 or 7 now at the moment.
Of the original, the first season,
the American Duck with
Steve Carell. Yeah, the first season.
Like, this show is so cringe.
Yes,
like,
the first.
It's so bad. Like, it's so bad that you don't want to watch it, but you just have to. It's crazy, like, but it's just like, what is it, Michael? That character. Oh my good lord.
I can definitely tell you, like, the first season is so cringy, it makes you kind of not want to watch the rest if you're kind of turned off by that. But it definitely gets better season 2 and up, because they changed the character of Michael. He's not as cringy. He's still cringy, but not as cringy. And a lot of the background characters get more story and personality and stuff. So it definitely gets better after that. I always say, if you're going to watch The Office, start from season 2. Because season 1, you definitely have to know the characters. And then you go back and watch season 1. You're like, okay, it's cringy, but okay.
If it's anyone from current generation, don't start from season 1.
Yeah, you don't. No, you can't.
Don't.
It's so bad.
If you don't have a little bit of the back that we have growing up, don't watch it.
Bad. And like, one of my favorite lines from the first season is when Michael was doing Diversity Day. And he was talking about, he was talking to Stanley, and he was like, "Oh, yeah, we get some colored greens." And Stanley was like, "Collard." And he was like, "What?" He said, "They're called collard greens." And Michael says, "Well, that's ridiculous, because you're not called collared people." And I was like, oh no. When I first saw that, I was like, oh, it was such a good joke, but such a cringy joke.
It's like, oh my God, how is the show still on? You know what I mean? That's like,
but it's so good. It's so good.
But the fact that you said that they toned it down and stuff makes sense.
Yeah, they still have some of those cringy moments, but the characters are a lot more likable. So you're kind of like, you get more of the joke of it versus it being that first season cringy. Because a lot of that first season cringiness was just, oof, it's rough, man. Look, Quick Draw said, oof. Exactly. That first season is just like, oof. So definitely, if you're gonna start watching the American version of The Office, start with season 2, watch it, enjoy it, have fun. I think season like 3 and 4 are some of the best seasons ever. Season 5 is also pretty good. But watch it, then go back and watch the first season and go, okay, cringy, but you know where the characters end up, so it's a lot more topical.
Like, oh my god! I tell you, like, how is the show still on?
It's so good. Hold on a second. I got an alarm. All right, so we're about to go into the Book of Boba. Let's do this. Spoiler alert. Wrong thing. Spoiler alert for the Book of Boba. Can you guys hear me? Okay, yeah, you can hear me. I thought my mic was muted. We're about to talk Book of Boba, Nerd Watch Review. We're going into episode 2, or chapter 2, as they call it. Give me a second.
I took some notes today. Look at this.
Uh-oh. That's what I'm talking about.
I made effort today. I'm enjoying the show, bro. Like the second episode in, I'm enjoying it, man.
It's so good.
Ridiculous.
All right, before we get there, guys, we always appreciate you hanging out with us, talking with us, hitting us up at the chat. But if you don't want to get spoiled, break out now. We understand, because I'm definitely one of those people. I don't like getting spoiled for stuff. I like, seeing things for my own. But if I do choose to get spoiled, I hang out and get spoiled and have fun. So whether you stay or go, spoilers are coming. With that being said, I'm going to bring in one of our Pop the Chaos family members, because we're family at this point, man. And he's the crazy uncle with all the guns in the zombie apocalypse. Jason,
come on down south. I'll take care of it.
One of the most dedicated Pop the Chaos members too. This guy, like, if you heard of American Red, White, and Blue, this guy is Pop the Chaos through and through.
Yes, Pop the Chaos through and through.
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. I'm excited. That second episode, everybody's been complaining about the first episode, and I was floored. I love the first episode. This second episode, I was.
The second episode made the first episode understandable.
Yeah. I mean,
if you know what I mean,
Oh well, all us Boba fans have been waiting a long time for this storyline to be told. Like,
yes.
And they're doing it justice, I think, because it's a small amount of time. They can't really, it's not a movie.
Yeah.
And they gotta get as much out as they can. I think they're doing a great job. It was outstanding.
Listen, it was so good to me, and like this episode, because all right, I consider myself a spiritual person. Like, I like stories like this where you go through a journey, not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Like, he's learning from them. He's getting this sense of camaraderie. He's starting to realize, like, not all of them are savages. Like, they have their ways. He's learning their language, and not only is he getting from them, he's giving to them too. So it's like showing the journey of how that translate to the way he is in present time. And only like the first, I think, 5 or 6 minutes of the episode was present time. Then they went to flashback.
Bam.
Back to the Tusken Raiders.
I was like, yes.
It was
the thing I like about them, they're portraying his character realizing and being smart enough to know he could have left long ago, but he's staying because he knows he can get something.
Yeah.
And
I'm catching the ongoing theme is respect.
Yes, exactly.
Yes,
that's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? And he's realized, like, that these people took him in at his weakest moment.
Yeah.
And he's not only humbled but thankful at the same time. So
but it's definitely that, Chase. I do agree with you. Looking back at yesterday's, it was last week's episode, when they defeated that four-armed creature and they came back. The tribe leader recognized him and respectfully said, "Listen, you're not a pet anymore."
Yeah,
when he passed him the water, that was just
You're going on the lines of saying the main topic is respect, but what I like about it is they're not throwing it in the face.
Right.
No.
Right. It's like they're showing like, they could have left him there to die, but they took him, of course, to be a slave. It's like, okay, took him to be a slave. They could have killed him. They could have really beat him or tortured him. They didn't do all that. Yeah, they had him digging for water or whatever. But, first of all, sometimes something can be a blessing in disguise. Sometimes something you go through helps you to become a better person. So I think Boba's recognizing that, like, okay, yeah, what they initially brought me here for was this, but I've proven my worth, and they've proven that they can be civil, because of course, you think of them as
savages, yeah.
Right. So, and then when he saw the train come by, and it'd have been different if they attacked the train, but the train attacked them.
Yeah, they're just hanging out.
They're chilling. So he's like, okay, right. So he's like, all right, you know what? I know how I can help them and teach them. And he becomes more part of the tribe by doing that. Like, they trust him. They impart the highest honor of the Tusken Raiders, where they give him the robes and let him make his gaffy stick go through that journey. It's like he's one of them now.
No, as soon as before we get too far, because that's going too far. Once we get to that, because the one part with let's hold off on that. But if you want, the great thing is, I was hoping they weren't going to hit us with just flashbacks during each episode. So the way I feel is this next episode, we're not going to get any of that flashback. It's going to be straight episode the whole time through.
Although, mind you, I think there might be a smaller part. So I don't think they finished a lot of it, though. I think there was still just that nipping end of it.
Yeah, those might be just the little flashies here and there. But yeah, we won't get a full... Because this felt like a full flashback episode almost.
I don't think we'll get such a big... Yeah, I don't think we'll get such a big one again.
Yeah, I think they're going to keep doing the flashbacks all through the show, but I think it's going to be less and less. Like, the first episode was kind of a half and half. It was like, okay, flashback, present day, flashback, present day. Like, they took it back and forth just to kind of give you a sense of what they were doing. And then this episode, it started present day, like I said, like first 10 minutes maybe, and then strictly flashback. So I think the next episode, there'll be some flashback, but like you said, I think it'll be more present day and less flashback. But I think they're going to do it through the whole show. And I don't mind it. As long as it's as good as it's been, I don't mind it.
I was on edge when they were going into the mayor's chambers or whatever. I'm like, okay, here we go.
Yeah, yeah.
Then they hit you with the flashback, and it was like, well, what the?
Yeah,
that was awesome. That whole scene, and then it left me wondering, well, if it wasn't him, then who the hell ordered those assassins?
Yeah, exactly. Rian, I'm gonna get to that point too. All right, so let's go through the show. I wrote my notes kind of in order of the way the show went. I didn't write down every scene or whatever. I was just jotting down stuff here and there.
Hit a couple.
So, of course, we start when Fennec Shan brings back the guy dressed in red, who we don't know who they are yet, but they ended up being the Order of the Nightwind, which are assassins for hire. Supposed to be really good assassins, but Fennec Shan was like, yeah, you didn't get your money's worth because
that's still the best, huh?
Yeah. I mean, they were pretty good. I mean, it's not like they were bad. You saw how badass they were, but they just went up against better people. And of course, they got caught off guard because they didn't know the Gamorrean guards were there, which you figured you should have. You saw them come. Like, why would you forget they were there? So maybe you're not as badass.
You can't not notice those guys.
So, of course, the first thing he says is Ichuta, which, if you don't know, that's a Star Wars curse. It's basically, like call somebody an asshole. So,
give them the old.
Yeah, it was it was first heard in Empire Strikes Back when C-3PO was on Cloud City and he saw the other protocol droid and he was like, "Oh, another protocol," and the protocol droid said Ichuta and walked away. So, yeah. So they're trying to talk to him, and then the medical droid is like, "Oh, they're the Order of the Wind and the best assassins. They don't talk." And they were like, "Okay." Dropped them in the Rancor pit.
So
the door starts going up. They trolled us because everybody was like, "Oh, the Rancor."
I knew he was.
I was excited. I was excited to see Rancor because I actually knew what the beast was. Well, like, yes, I know something.
Yeah,
and then it was nothing.
And if you watch the Bad Batch, you know they rescued a Rancor that Bib Fortuna went and got. So you thought, okay, now it's going to be full grown, and nope, trolled us.
Place was empty.
I felt the same way though. As the gate started going up, I was like, it's not going to be a Rancor. It's not going to be a Rancor. But in my head, I was like, it could either way. But I was thinking the same thing. It's not going to be there. And then when it wasn't there, I was like, yeah, they got us. So but that's one of the things, like I said, like they did in the first episode. I can't remember what part it was, and I don't have my notes, but they did something similar where you thought something was going to happen, and then it didn't. And it was like, okay, all right. So they kind of messing with us a little bit.
Which is refreshing.
Yeah, it was pretty good. So, of course, they go to the mayor. Mayor's name is Mox Shazy. He's an Ithorian. The name of that race is Ithorian. They're also known as Hammerheads. Quick Draw said they used the CGI budget on the twins, so they couldn't use it for the Rancor. Possibly. So they go there. Of course, you have the whole, well, the mayor's not ready to see you, and he just walks in anyway. You know, you see that in every show. Like, screw you, I'm going in. But
I can.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I can tell you something about that little advisor guy. He's irritating the shit out of me.
Say that again.
He's irritating me. He's one annoying character. Like
that
really
that assistant.
Oh yeah. He's supposed to be.
He's so annoying.
He's supposed to be that, annoying assistant that you're kind of like.
So the like, floppy ears,
but at the same time, you want to
doing
see
such a good job.
Punch in the face or something. One of those characters you like to hate, it's not like he's doing anything bad. Yeah, exactly.
One of the people I'd like to punch in real life.
So, they go in there, and then the mayor's like, oh, thank you for bringing them to me. And then, bow, he gets shot in the head. And he's like, listen, I didn't hire these guys. You should go check out Garza Thwip. Like, yeah, what is she hiding? And I'm like, is this what is good? I was, I know it's going to be better than this, but in my head, I was just kind of like, is this really going to be, oh, it wasn't me, it was them. Oh, it wasn't me, it was them. And Boba Fett's going to,
but like,
it's like,
the part where he says, the mayor says to Boba Fett, like, give him his reward.
Yeah.
Kind of belittle, I thought, oh man, he kind of belittled Boba Fett in a way. It's like, but you're a bounty hunter, aren't you?
They're not taking him serious as a leader, as the new daimyo.
He wants the respect. He's not
I can see these two becoming friends, right?
Who by the end?
And the reason that. No, well, like during this, they're going to be close, I think. And the reason why I think that is
close type situation. I see.
No, I don't know, but like you can kind of see the tit and tat between them, right?
I see that with the girl at the bar. I see that totally at the girl at the bar.
If you see the mayor says, "Sorry, I thought you were a bounty hunter," and then Boba Fett fires back, I will take that, but it will be my tribute that you were supposed to give to me.
Right, still tells him like, yeah.
No, and then the mayor fires back and says, no, this will be my tribute to you. Go and check out that chick's club.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's tit for tat.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking these guys are going to, I don't know. That's the vibe I got with that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see them being allies. Let me put it this way: they'll be reluctant allies. They'll be, like you said, they'll always be going at each other. That tit for tat.
I think they would help each other business wise.
Yes, but
they're always going to be good for business.
They're always going to be one upping each other. But yeah, I get what you're saying. So they, of course, go back to the club. Once they walk in, you could tell it's on. She sees it. She's like, uh-oh. Like she knows something's up. They're back. But, they have their little conversation, and he's like, what's going on? She's like, oh, whatever do you mean? Like,
Right.
And he just comes straight out. Like, he didn't play any games. I expected him to dance around it, but he's like, listen, the mayor told me to come see you about what happened. She's like, listen.
What's going on? I can see you sweating.
Yeah. Oh, she was sweating like a Gunther on Mustafar. Of course, Mustafar is the lava planet that Obi-Wan and Anakin had their fight on. So I was like, oh, that's a nice callback. And she tells him, like, yeah, the twins decided to come back, to claim Jabba's thing, or they don't respect your rule. I don't remember exactly what she said, but you guys know. And then you start hearing the drums. Drum. I was like, uh-oh, here they come. I was thinking, who's the twins? I kind of knew from the comics and from the books, like there were twin huts, but I didn't know if they were going there. And then you see them come around. I was like, oh, they went there.
The brother and sister twin huts.
So they come around, and one of the things I loved is they showed the litter, which everybody says, your litter has to come, so they know that you're royalty or in charge. You see the bowing of the platform from the weight of the huts. I was like, that was a cool detail. Like you actually see it bending.
But at the same time, though, and I know this is like super technical, but if you count the amount of guys that's around there, it's not enough.
Oh yeah, absolutely not. There's no.
But at the same time, towards the end of that little bit of section, you actually saw the guy sweating.
Yeah, you can see that
he was kind of shaking a bit.
Yeah, you can see them struggling.
It was too little, too late. You know what I mean? If it was maybe one of them, but the fact there was two of these behemoths on this thing, it was like. They made the small efforts, but they didn't follow through enough with it. Like as you said, the whole platform thing was bent. But listen, doesn't make it that those guys aren't squashed to the floor.
Yeah, they should have definitely been. It should have been more people, or there should have been some semblance of repulsors under there to say it's helping.
Where they're pushing with wheels instead of carrying. Pushing.
But it was definitely.
But it was good though. I must admit, it was so cool to see it.
Yeah,
the two huts next to each other,
and with the little fan.
Yeah,
fan
and it was that was cool. It was interesting to see them both together, because I didn't know if they were husband and wife or something. But then she said twins. I'm like, okay, they got to be, related. But then once they started talking, I was like, okay, they're brother sister, because you never know with some of these alien races, like.
Sister wants me to kill you, and I love how he just says sister. He doesn't.
Yes, he did say a name.
He just says sister.
And they're probably characters from the comics. I just don't know who they are. Like,
the thing I liked about it too is
everything about Star Wars. So.
The thing is, she spoke English. It sounded like English in a way, but she was whispering it. So I don't know if that was purposely done like that, or if it was just they just let her die like. English dialects, so the whisper will be more
effective. How they're doing that.
They're
layering, which is
that's exactly
very
what I was
cool, man. Because they did the same thing with the. Well, now I lost track of his name. The Hammerhead.
Yeah, I thought. Yeah.
They had that layered dialogue to where it was like, whoa, he's talking, and then
the translator comes out.
So cool, man. I love this. This is. It was I kind of had that same feel with that too as a viewer.
Quick Draw said they're brother and sister from the South. Oh man. Yeah, so of course they have the conversation. Boba Fett's like, listen, y'all can't come take over. I'm taking over. Like, this is my section now. I took out Big Fortuna, the fake ruler, so now I'm the ruler. If you want it, you gotta kill me. They're like, hey, that can be arranged. And then out comes the black
Chewie comes
Wookiee.
Walking around the corner.
Like, that's a character from the comic. I don't remember his name, but they called him Black K because his name starts with the K. And it's kind of hard to pronounce. He was a bounty hunter, warrior, assassin, Wookiee. I don't remember his whole story. I believe I have his comic book, though, the first appearance of him in one of those comics.
But he looked awesome, though.
Yes, he's definitely terrifying. Dude, and he was looking up. Quick Draw just wrote it. There you go. Black Chrysanthemum, something like that. But they call him Black K. That was his name. So I was like, when I saw the fur, and I was like, I got excited. I was like, oh my God, they're bringing out the Black Wookiee. Yo,
he's huge too, man.
So good. Like,
he
for
looked
Star Wars,
he'd be looking down at Chewie. Like, that's how big he looked on screen.
He's a huge. Like, honestly, I don't know how many times, if they've even ever said it in the movies, but in the books, they always say that that Chewie's the smallest of his family. Like Wookiees are really big, and Chewie's the smallest. So this particular Wookiee, I believe, is much larger than Chewie was. I actually think they fought in the comics. I'm not sure, but I think they did. He said he's the strongest bounty hunter in the universe. First appearance, Darth Vader, #1, 2015. Yeah, I have that. I have that comic. So
right, there it is.
I actually think I have 3 of those comics, different covers.
Now, something I wanted to ask you.
Went up in price. Ding, 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 ding.
Something I wanted to ask you. Obviously, I'm not so well informed in Star Wars and everything. The Hutts, right? They pretty much, if you had to look from an outside perspective, they're blobs. They don't seem to move very fast. Why are they so feared?
Well, they actually ruled. I know a lot of it had to do with money. Because once you get money,
royalty
you pay enough people, you get in power, and then a lot of the Hutts, their powers pass from family to family, so they're just in charge. It's kind of like a mafia family. Like once you have a uncle in charge, and then now he dies, you're in charge. Like like I said, other Star Wars fans will probably tell you better than me. I don't know the whole story about the Hutts. I do know that Jabba ended up being in charge because when the Hutts had got together for something that happened back in the day, Darth Vader came around and basically killed all the Hutts, and Jabba was the last one standing. So Jabba took over all those dead Hutts' territory. So he became like the big Hutt in charge. That's why Jabba is the Hutt. Like
Jabba the Hutt, the only Hutt.
Yeah. No, I just didn't understand. Obviously, a little bit of the backstory, but I mean, I got a little bit more of understanding now.
There's actually a cool Easter egg in there where she said Nal Hutta. She was like when I believe Boba Fett said go back to Nal Hutta. That's one of the Hutt planets. Like Nar Shaddaa, I believe, is the Hutt home planet, but Nal Hutta is in Hutt space because there's different territories in the galaxy. Yeah. Hutt space is like all controlled by the Hutts. It's like a swamp planet, almost like Dagobah. So, Quick Draw said, like when Boba disses him by saying he can only kill Trandoshans when they're napping. I don't think I caught that line, but I know Trandoshans and Wookiees don't really like each other, so that would be actually Rian said it. Boss race, that's the Trandoshans, and Wookiees, they don't like each other, so
yeah. Which boy, he's getting some eyeballs because when he was walking and he was getting them eyes from them, I was like, maybe it's them. Maybe they're the ones that sent the assassins.
Could be. I mean, definitely took out my theory of it being Crimson Dawn, but it could still be. Crimson Dawn could still be a part of it. We'll see what happens. But of course, the Hutts leave, which we know that's not the end of the story. And Fennec Shand looks at Boba and says, if you want to kill him, you got to get permission. That goes back to gangster days too. It's like if you wanted to go after the head of a family, you had to get permission from all the families. You couldn't just do it. And it was like, he's not going to get permission to go after the Hutts, so just forget about that.
The brother still says to him, "Sleep well tonight" or something. Sleep.
Yeah, he said sleep light. Yeah,
sleep light.
So he's letting them know. Yeah. He was like, letting you know, you better get some more guards, which I don't understand because, Boba Fett took over Jabba's palace, but as you can see, it's basically empty. It's like Boba, Fennec, and those 2 Gamorrean guards and the droid.
And the droid,
that's it? That's your whole team? Like, you better get some money. You gotta squad up, squad up.
Something I did notice is literally like off topic, but got to do with Boba. Listen, clones have got a good dental plan, man. You see Boba's teeth in this episode.
Oh, they right?
Dude, like, I couldn't help but notice it. Like, I noticed once or twice in the beginning. I was like, dude, look at this dude's teeth, man. These clones are too big for clones.
Well, you got to think they were
up
raised the planet they were raised on. I mean, yeah, I guess, right?
But dude, like, you're gonna go watch it back, and now the next episode you're gonna think back. Pop teach you asshole now can't stop seeing his white teeth.
No, I noticed it, but it didn't bother me. But now it's going to. Now that you
Now it's going to, yeah. I got you back.
Oh no! If you ever watch Survivor, their teeth are always really, really white, and I think it's because of lack of food.
How'd you do that, bro?
Yeah, we're going to talk about that too quick, Draw. I think the Tuscan tribe is going to back up Boba also. That's kind of one of the things about him teaching them, like they're going to have his back when he needs it. We're going to get there. So, of course, after that scene, flashback. Like
the longest flashback in history.
It was like, wait a minute. That's it? That's all we're going to get? I mean, actually, I didn't think that was it. I figured they were going to jump back and forth. It wasn't until the end of the episode that I realized, they just basically did a whole flashback episode.
It's like 30 minutes. It was like 30 minutes of the episode.
Yeah, so, you flash back to Boba Fett learning how to fight with I'm assuming the best fighter in this particular Tuscan tribe, because, you saw how badass she was later on. And I say she because the frame was kind of slender, more feminine looking. So I'm assuming it was supposed to be a female, but it could have been a male. I don't know. Can't really tell with all the robes and masks off first glance a lot of times. But, they show the train coming through and they start shooting at the Tuscan Raiders and they're trying to form a defense or whatever. And
dude, that was awesome too, because they were ready this time around.
Yeah.
And when that thing was coming, they were sniping them through the windows as it was coming. Like the first time around, I was like, well, why didn't they do that the first time around? Like they seen them coming.
Yeah. Well, the first time it started coming, and I thought it was a crate dragon at first. I was like, crate dragon coming. And then I saw the train. I was like, oh, freaking train. Okay. Then they started shooting at him. I was like, oh, okay. What's going on here? But, Boba sees the swoop bikes and he tells him, listen, I can take out this trade. Just give me a night. And you can see they trusted him. They gave him a weapon, let him go. Like, he could have took off from there. He could have went to Anchorhead, got a ship, flew off planet. Like, he was good to go. But I guess he felt like, okay, I earned their respect. I owe them a little something. Let me help them out. They're not savages like I thought. Okay. He goes to, I'm assuming it's Anchorhead because that's the closest town to where they are. Another reason why I think it's Anchorhead, nice little Easter egg. The two people that were in there were Luke's friends from A New Hope. They're in a deleted scene in A New Hope. That's Laz and Cammy. I was like, what? Are you
That's
kidding
not right.
me?
That kid. All right.
Oh, no. That was such a good Easter egg. Like, to most people watching, they're just two people. But if you've seen the deleted scene, and plus I had the captions on and her name Cammy when she spoke actually came up, I was like, oh my god, those are Luke's
This is
so,
they kind of did give off a whole like a vibe, but like they're not just people in a bar. And I was wondering, but now it makes sense.
Yeah. So those are Luke Skywalker's childhood friends, which is pretty cool. So of course the what are their names? The Nictos. That's the name of the aliens that were in the bar. Nictos.
I love how they're modeled after bikers though. It looks amazing.
Yeah.
They were a little cheesy, man. I gotta say, they were.
Yeah, they were like they overdid it, but it was cool to see though. Cool to see.
Yes, that's the 80s cheesy biker bar scene, like
so bad. I was like, oh no, what are they doing?
Yeah, the girl is the one Luke had a crush on. Yes, that's her, Cammy. Luke had a crush on her back in the day. So of course they're in the bar and they take his drink and dude wants to speak up. Like, dude, shut the up and chill. Like, listen, I'm not a punk, but I know that's a situation I'm gonna get my ass kicked. So I'm just gonna shut up and all right, whatever.
That's when you leave. That's when you leave.
I was about to say that. If anything, you could have just left. Like, but all right, now you're gonna get leave. Up because you want to talk up and for no reason. Luckily Boba Fett comes, right? He takes them out, not really easily, but easily enough for Boba Fett, you know. It was a pretty cool little fight scene. And then he takes all their bikes. It was like going into a biker bar, beating up the bikers and taking their rides. That's basically what he did, you know.
And I thought it was funny though, where he's busy bringing the bikes back, but he's bringing them back like they lost sheep or lost goats or something on the road.
They're trailing behind him.
That's the good thing about having bikes that hover. You just ride one and the others just float behind you. Cool. Right?
Don't forget to put it in. Don't forget to put it in neutral, bro.
Yeah, right. I wonder about that. Like, do they have like a brake? Because what happens if you park your bike, it's hovering, and a strong wind comes by? It's just gonna float away. So many questions, so many Star Wars questions.
Magnetics.
He said the Crate Angels biker gang. Awesome.
The Tatooine chapter.
Yeah, right. So, you know, he stole the bikes, took them back to the Tusken Raiders. Of course, he's pulling up and they're freaking out, ready to take him out. TechBot, what's going on? Thank you for showing up, bro. So of course
he coming up after.
Right, yeah. So of course they see that it's him. He pulls up. He's like, "Listen, this is how we're gonna stop the train. I'm gonna teach you how to ride."
What's up?
He turns around.
The hand signals.
Yes, they do like sign language.
I love it, man. Oh.
Yeah.
No, but it is. It's like,
I know.
Stops like that and swim in the ocean, and
it is. What I like about the signals is they're the type of hand signals that if you didn't know what they were saying, you could kind of get the gist of it, you know? So I like that they kind of made it in a way where it's not traditional sign language. At least I don't think it's American Sign Language, but it's also made in a way where you could kind of tell what they're talking about without knowing.
Right.
Like if you weren't listening, you could probably know what they were
almost like he's
about.
almost kind of teaching his language to them too at the same time.
Yeah.
You know, like so.
Yeah.
Later on, when I say stop, you already know. I've already showed you stop.
Right.
200 times. Hey, stop.
Right. So when I
show you this every time now,
that's like train stop. Like So So of course he tells the chief that, and then he turns around and the others are like taking shit apart. And he's like, "No,
I know immediately too.
Chill."
Like Jawas, you reminded me of Jawas. They were just on it, just savagely.
Yeah. But while the Jawas would take things apart, because Jawas are actually technically
I didn't watch them.
Jawas are actually technically advanced in a way where they know how to handle technology. The Tusken Raiders don't. Like they just take shit apart and look for stuff they can use or eat or drink. Like
they're like, "Oh, this is sharp. I'll take that."
Yeah. They're not, advanced enough to know how to use this technology. But he's like, "Listen, teach you guys to ride. This is how we're gonna stop the train." Of course, then you get the montage of him teaching them to ride, and
when he goes backwards.
Yeah.
Come on.
That was so funny, and the thing is, I knew it was gonna happen.
I knew it was coming.
It was like another cheesy part. Like you knew it was gonna happen.
You knew it.
Yeah. So when it happened, although I was like, I knew it, I still laughed because it was just like it. Yeah, it's one of those moments, right? And
I thought it was going to be the reverse or the really fast stop.
Yeah, take off or stop something.
There we go. Fly off.
But it was good. And he kind of taught them to jump off and jump to each bike, like a nice little montage.
That was kind of funny too. That one fun. Part where he jumped on, didn't know what to do, and just fell. Purposely jumps. Like he actually made it, but it was like, it just kind of.
He's like, what?
The other guy's behind.
And you can see him hover over him like, uh-oh.
He jumped off the fucking bike.
Oh man! So it's like, are you guys kidding me? But of course, he teaches them how to ride, and then, they have the plan of what they're gonna do, and then here comes the train, and alerts go up. Bikers, get to your rides. Let's do this. I'm like, yeah.
Dude, that was awesome.
So then we get together. Oh boy, here we go. Oh boy. So excellent train sequence. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. Y'all saw it. You know what happened. But I did like the fact that, they took the skills that they learned. Of course, the people on the train with the pikes, they originated from Clone Wars, I believe. They showed up a little bit, I think, in the Bad Batch. They're kind of like warlords also. They run Spice, which is like the drug world that they get from Kessel. Everybody knows the Kessel run. Made the Slave Kessel run 12 parsecs. So,
Boba got from the slave mines of
Kessel, right?
Yeah.
So Kessel was like, Boba was like, yeah, screw you guys. These people, the Tusken Raiders, they're the rulers of the Dune Sea, and you have to pay them a fare, a toll to go through here now.
Awesome, man.
And of course, the Pikes, they were kind of justified, because they were like, listen, we were just protecting our cargo, because they also think of the Tusken Raiders as savages.
Raiders, it's in their name.
we got to take them out before they take us out.
It's the name. I mean, change your name.
Yeah, right. But see, the name is also given to them because, as the chief explained a little later, like some of the tribes ruled by attacking and being feared and being aggressive, and some of us, we're living off our land, just trying to do our thing, and it's like I kind of equated it to different races of people. Like you see a black person do something on TV and you'd be like, oh, all black people are savages. Like, no, we're not all like that. You see.
Well, don't pin me in with Florida man.
Right, exactly. So I took it like that, and also to put it a different way, you look at the Native Americans when the Pilgrims came over, and of course we weren't there. We don't know the whole story. We only know what we were taught. But I'm pretty sure there were certain Indian tribes that were like, "Hey, F these people," and we're attacking them.
Sure.
And there were some Native American tribes that were like, "Yo, let's bring them in and let's share what we have and teach and learn." So there's all types all the time. Basically, that's what the story was, And we also saw in The Mandalorian when the Mando was talking to the Tusken Raiders, and it's like, yeah, they're not all savages. Like, yeah, they'll probably attack or do what they have to do. Chase is not Florida man. He's a Florida man, not the Florida man.
So, like, don't Google Florida man and pin me in with that guy.
So, you kind of got that sense of, yeah, they're not all just running out there attacking people from what, they're different tribes. Some of them are much more docile than others, and some of them are much more respectful and all that. So that was the main point of all that. And
and he was telling them they rule, when he was talking to the one leader, like, all this, every grain of sand. And
yes.
He was having that whole conversation with them. And then when he sent them off, and they were like, "But we'll die." He's like, "No, you won't die."
He's like, "No, you're not gonna die.
You're fine. You're protected by them now."
Yeah, it's like if they can survive out here, you'll survive out there. We'll give you water. You can walk to the next town.
And that's the kind of thing that he had learned. Like, that's why he respects them, because they've done what they've done. They've learned to survive, and that's why he respects. So he's like almost teaching them, like, this is respect. Get to walk it.
Yeah, exactly.
We're letting you have your lives. So
yeah, and the thing that bugged me out was when they knocked the cap off the water tank, and they're all like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "You're wasting water." I'm looking at it like, what are you guys
spewing out of the freaking thing. Yep, it always does. Yes,
I was like, dudes, what are you doing? Yeah, I saw what you said.
The one thing I was thinking is, like, listen, like, almost all the bikes got destroyed. There's like one bike left.
Yeah, most of them.
Who walked back home and who got to ride?
Yeah, right.
That train flew so far back.
Yeah,
that train was like.
Yeah, speaking of that point, that train was moving crazy fast,
bro.
And from the point of where they started to where that train finally stopped. There's no way there were that many Tusken Raiders there.
Miles.
Yeah, that thing
like
went miles. Because you could just imagine just a regular train, how far it would have went versus that super speed hover train. Like, come on, man. But I give it whatever. you know, I can let that go. But that was one of those things.
Maybe it was just going in a really tight circle.
Or you could always say that they signaled other tribes, because remember, there's more than one tribe, so maybe it was a little light signal to let the other tribes know, hey, we're gonna try this thing, so just be ready to help us. Whatever.
We're gonna hook you up if you do this for us.
So I can let that go,
which is cool because they showed them pulling out weapons, food, all the provisions, the whole train.
Yeah, they saw pulling all apart.
And he even told them, because that guy was like, but they have technology.
Yeah, that's what the another part of what the chief was talking about, again, equated to Native Americans, when you had people coming over with better weapons. Like,
here's
like
a gun.
we know the land, but they had better weapons. And now Boba's saying, well, now you know the land and have their weapons. So guess what? You have the advantage now. So that was pretty cool. I like that part too. Quick Joe, the conductor was like, I'm out.
Right, he just bailed.
He said, I wonder if some jobbers found them. But that's one of the old tropes too, where the conductor's like, all right, this is a lost cause, I'm gonna crash the train and I'm out. So he crashed the train and bounced, and then you saw him look and skitter away. I wouldn't,
like, oh hell, where's he going?
I wouldn't be surprised in a later episode there's an Easter egg with him like in a Jawa crawler or somewhere like in the background. Like, that would be really funny.
Yeah,
but we'll see.
We still don't know whose train that was.
Yeah, I mean, it was the Pikes and they were running Spice, but they're not in charge of anything. Like, there's a head Pike somewhere who's like, running that Spice.
Boss,
So that could cause problems for Boba Fett down the line. So another enemy possibly. So we'll see. Of course, after that, they go into the tent, and once they went into the tent and they pulled the tent down, I was like, oh, here comes the spiritual journey. He's gonna have to
break
eat
out the peyote,
or drink something, or smoke something. And then they gave him the thing. I was like, okay, here it is. He opened it and it was a lizard. I'm like, okay, he's gonna have to kill it and drink his blood, and then it jumps up his nose. I was like, mother.
He flicks some shit in his face, and just right up his nose.
I was like, is this really like enough, like Alien, Star Trek? Like, what's going on here?
He was so polite about it. It's like, I think I swallowed it or something.
Yeah.
Like, we were
so sorry, I think I swallowed it.
I was like, what the heck is that about? But, okay, fine, whatever.
LSD lizard up the nose.
Yeah, LSD lizard, there you go. He was like, it's a lizard. I was like, yeah, it's a lizard. Which, now that we brought that up, okay, earlier in the episode, they showed a rat, and now they showed a lizard. So now rats and lizards are canon in Star Wars. Usually they were different types of rats and lizards, but these are just rats and lizards like we have on Earth.
Yeah.
Like, there was no difference, except that this was an LSD lizard, But,
right. Freaking Geico lizard just jumped off his nose.
Yeah, right. Yes, it was most likely some spice they blew in his face. It was something, to give him some hallucinations or visions, as they say. So, of course, he goes on his vision quest, and
the staff of doom.
So he goes a little bit of the flashbacks. He goes back to Camino, watching his father fly cool. away.
Yeah, while he's looking through the window.
Yeah. They show him again when he's holding his father's helmet after his head was cut off, and they framed his face on both sides, his younger face on the helmet, and then his current face in the vision inside the helmet. That was a pretty cool shot. I was like, oh, that was pretty cool. It was like for a split second, but it was a pretty cool shot. I like that. The tree wrapped around him, and then he got visions of being trapped in the Sarlacc and having to break free. So that was kind of cool, like almost imprisoning himself in his mental awakening or breaking free. So I kind of like that, And then, of course, he breaks off a piece of the branch. And he goes back. I mean, there was more to the visions, but those were the parts that really stood out to me. So
yeah, because that was they kind of skipped through that real fast too. Because I see him, he breaks, and then next thing you know, you see him walking.
He's got the branch. He goes back. So it was pretty cool, and he goes back with the branch. And
okay, first off, how the hell do you know he's supposed to bring the branch?
I don't think he knew, but that's probably part of the vision quest. Like, if you go out, if you come back with your branch, now this is what you're going to use to make your stick. If you don't come back with the branch,
he already knew
you're not worthy of the stick yet. Like, it's probably something they do. I kind of thought that too, but I'm like, it's probably a process. I don't know.
Because he did look a little like he was confused. This like,
he was spaced out.
Here you go.
And he was like, give me the branch. They gave him the branch. And then, of course, yes, Rion, I got that too. I'm glad you said it because I didn't say it. He was fighting the demons, getting out from under the Jkl shadow. Yes. He said the nose lizard knew to get the stick.
There you go. That's right. See, thank you. See, quick draw. Always quick draw.
Quick draw. So
the nose lizard knew.
He gets back. Of course, the lizard comes out of his nose. And he's like, oh, I thought that was part of the vision. Like, that was kind of funny. But another thing that bothers me again.
When they jump back in the thing, dude.
Yeah, that was.
You gonna wash that thing? Yeah, just jump right.
Yeah, it's the lizard. Come on. Another thing that bothers me is whenever they show stuff in movies, TV shows, things like that, going in someone's nose or coming out someone's nose, and then there's no blood. I'm like, come on, not even a little smear of blood come out.
No sticky.
Yeah,
nothing.
Like, listen, I could literally cough and stuff will come out of my nose.
Maybe a couple sneezes afterwards. Nothing. Just a quick wipe.
Like, yeah, come on. Again, not a big deal, but like I said, some details that I'll see and I'll be like, oh, it
I didn't expect the damn lizard to jump up his nose.
I know that was
kind of cool.
Yeah, I thought he was going to carry this. I thought he was going to carry this lizard around with him.
I see that coming, man.
No, I thought I knew the spiritual journey was coming. I won't say I knew, but this particular part I was expecting it. But I thought he was gonna have to kill it and drink his blood or something. When it jumped up his nose, that really took me by surprise.
I thought it was gonna like jump on him and like go under his armor and like kind of like whisper in his ear. Or,
so crazy.
Like, just beat on his body inside his suit.
It was kind of weird. It's like, all right.
I think he was gonna like bite his head off, suck his blood, and be like, okay, let's go.
It was all weird. So of course he takes the stick back, and they're like, all right, fine. Now he goes to the guy who knows how to make the gaffy sticks, and he's teaching him how to do it, and they go through it. And this is one of those comparisons to like a Jedi building his own lightsaber, because that's a part of becoming a Jedi. You have to build your own lightsaber. Like, you can use a lightsaber that's given to you, but building your own that's custom to you is, part of the journey of becoming a Jedi. So this is part of the journey of becoming a Raider. And I like the fact that even while he was training with fighting, he's making his stick, they're watching him. And a lot of the younger Tusken Raiders, younglings, were watching him and admiring him and like, okay, this dude is getting it. So I like the fact that they showed his journey. Like I said, a lot of people might not like stuff like that, but I love stuff like that, like showing the journey, showing the spiritual.
Oh, that little kid was so proud of him with the dog when he come over the horizon and starts.
Yeah,
the dog snarls,
He's so proud. He's like, "That's my pet."
Yeah,
that's my boy. Like, you've seen that recent thing with the two little kids. The little kid, she shows him a letter. The kid says the letter, and then the other kid's like, "Yeah, that's my boy."
Oh yeah, I remember that video. That was from last year. Yeah.
That's it reminded me of that because that kid was so jazzed when he come walking up.
Yeah, he's bigging him up. He's like, "Yes, that's my man." So he comes back, shows the stick. He's basically part of the tribe. They take him, give him the robes, like he's officially part of the tribe.
Dude, that was pretty sweet too.
Robes. I was like, all right.
Some of the raps and stuff, I was like, that's tight.
And then, of course, we end off with them around the fire. The one gets up, he starts doing the dance. Boba gets up, starts doing the dance with him, and then they all join in. And I don't remember what it's called. It's called a haka or a hata, something like that. You know, Samoans do it, New Zealanders do it, Hawaiians do it. It's like their war dance, whatever.
That was cool too.
It was so cool. And I know that's part of Tamara Morrison's actual heritage because I believe he's from New Zealand. So he wanted to incorporate some of that in the show, and they were like, sure, you know. So I definitely like that. Yes, Sick Things Closing said a haka. I didn't know exactly what it was called. Rian got it too, but I knew it was something like that. So thank you guys for jumping in and helping out.
Right.
And you know, ending off the show like that was so cool. Like when they were doing it, and I was getting into it, I watching it, and then the show ended. I was like,
bah.
I was like, oh right, that was all flashback. Like, did we go?
That was cool. Yeah.
Like it caught me totally off guard because I knew it was like in my head. I knew the end of the episode was coming, but at the same time, I was like, but that's it. But at the same time, I was like, that was so awesome.
Right. So then we'll definitely get those little flashbacks. Yeah, I didn't even think about it because, yeah, there's still story to tell.
Yeah, because you still got to tell. Like,
I think when he leaves them and says goodbye and that sort of thing.
Yeah. And he's definitely got a bond with that youngling. So, like.
Yeah. And like it was said in the chat earlier, and I totally agree, they're going to come to his aid later on in the series. Because he empowered them in a way that they didn't have before. First of all, he told the Pikes, listen, if you want to come through here, you got to pay the toll to the Sand People. So
like he set them up pretty sweet, bro.
Yeah, and he taught them how to ride the swoop bike. So even if he doesn't help them get more, once they get more, they know how to ride. And now they can teach each other how to ride. So now they're riders. They got swoop bikes. They got banthas. They got rifles. They got gaffy sticks. They know this Dune Sea. Like they about to have a come up.
Right, like yeah, like you can handle the other tribes now. Like you're one up.
What's going on?
You're one up.
Yeah. So
I think one of the cool things is it's going to be just building a story around Boba Fett having one of the biggest tribes in Star Wars history. I think he's going to build such a following. I think. I think it's going to maybe play a big role in the storyline down the line.
Yes, there are spoilers happening. So if you don't want to stay, we don't mind you leaving. But if you stay, you're going to hear some stuff.
If you're a real fan, I mean, sometimes you don't want to hear spoilers. Me, personally, if I'm a huge fan, I want to see every damn spoiler. I want to hear everything.
No, I don't want to
analyze every little piece of Christmas.
I want to watch it for myself, and then later on watch everybody's videos about it.
And there's bad both ways.
Like I don't like hearing about what's happened. Like there's a character spoiler that's going around. I talked about it last night with TechBot and Wayne that Han Solo is supposed to show up, and I was like, it's a rumor, but then I just heard that Harrison Ford actually was somewhere shooting something secretly for a couple days, and I'm like, is it for that or was it for Indiana Jones? Because he's doing that movie.
See?
Like I don't know.
More research is needed. More research is needed.
The thing is, though, I would have rather not even know that he was going to be in it and just let it be rumors, so that when it happened, I could be like, oh my god, it actually happened. Versus me knowing he shot something and now it's probably definitely gonna happen. You know, it's like, come on.
It's Boba vaxxed.
It's Boba vaxxed. No. Well, he did have a noseless. Oh, there you go. Quick draw.
Well, he keeps hitting the chamber, so I assume the chamber's like upgraded him to get the.
Oh yeah, right. He keeps going in the
probably
back.
Got multiple doses every time he hits the chamber.
So, really quickly, a couple of Easter eggs. I mean, I talked about Laz and Cammy at Anchorhead, who was Luke's childhood friends, which was pretty cool. I was like, oh my god, they put him in there. When Boba and Fennec Shan went into the club that the Twi'lek runs, of course we saw Max Rebo and the Bith still in there, but then we saw the RX-3 droid from the Star Tours ride, that RX-3 droid. I have its pop somewhere around here. I'll find it maybe for next week and show it to you. That was pretty cool. There was a Chandra Than, which is like the little mouse-looking alien. The Ithorian we saw, the Pikes we saw, the Trandoshans we saw. Of course, we saw the Black Chewbacca, which is Black K. That's what a lot of people know him as, Black Chewbacca, but he's different. The Nykthos was in there.
Started.
That creature, I don't remember what it was called, but remember when the sand people were out there and the creature came out the sand and then they shot it?
Took off running?
Yeah, I don't remember what it was, but I know it was in another movie. I just don't remember which movie, but it's one of the movies.
They're going to roast him.
Yeah, they're probably going to cook it. And one of the final really cool Easter eggs, Snagglepuss showed up in the cantina, not the cantina, the club. I guess it's a cantina, but that's one of the old creatures. He's kind of like a Gamorrean, but he's like pink looking, not green. So yeah, he has a pop. I have a red one, the red Snagglepuss. Of course, it's not in the front; it's somewhere hiding in the back. But yeah, so I was like, "Oh my god,
that soundbite!"
I just realized what I said.
Got that.
Oh my goodness!
I'll have to use that one.
Yes. Also, there's when Boba Fett and Fennec Shand were walking to the club, there's a guy in the background walking away. It looks like Jack Sparrow. I was like, is there a pirate? What's going on here?
We got space pirates.
It was weird. So was there a werewolf in a bikini? I didn't see one, but it could have been. Like a lot of times they throw a lot of stuff in the cantina.
So. That's probably a Buccaneer. It was Tom Brady.
And Rion put this earlier, the rock in the Rancor pit that Luke used to kill the Rancor. I don't know, but I'm definitely gonna go back and look for it because that would be cool if they left it.
Yeah, there. I always do the old rewatch. Gotta do the rewatch.
Oh man. So you got some compliments on your shirt, Chase. Nice. Oh.
Nice.
Yeah, I didn't
the dark side.
I just went for the all black today. I've got numerous Star Wars shirts.
Fear the dark. If you follow JKL, you would see.
Yes.
Awesome.
That video just came out. It was awesome. Listen, guys, I got so many great gifts. I just want to say thank you personally to both of you. Like, man,
absolutely, man.
You didn't have to.
Much love from the
I know you didn't have to. You know you didn't have to, but man, so appreciated it. So appreciated. That was so cool.
Love you guys, man. I actually felt bad. I was like, damn, why didn't I send Kay anything? I'm like, all right. I got a phone now.
Yeah.
So now
don't worry about it. Like she even knew, like when I had the boxes, I was like, yeah, we got a box here for Pop Tea, from New and Old, from Chase. And she was like, I bet there's nothing in there for me. And I was like, well,
see?
I said, well, there's going to be candy.
I thought about it afterwards.
I said, there's going to be candy. But
I forgot how much candy I put in the box.
Yeah,
so much.
It was good though. They ate it, so don't worry about it. They good.
I think I put the same.
It just falls out.
But I had to apologize to her because I said part of the reason why is because when I'm on screen, it always says Jkl Awesome, and people assume that I'm the channel, so I have to start putting L Awesome because I'm L Awesome from the Jkl Awesome, so people know it's 3 of us. Mainly 2 of us on camera, but Jay in the background. So that way, when people do want to send us gifts, because when people send stuff to New and Old, they send stuff to McGillney because he's there. When they send stuff to Dada, both of them get stuff. When they send stuff to Last, you give stuff to her kids, like they know her kids are there. So it's like,
listen, does that mean when they send stuff to me, Vincent also gets something?
Yeah, they got to start sending stuff to Vincent. Like, yeah.
And Dr. Freeze.
Mr.
And Dr. Freeze.
Damn, man.
Oh, man. So, yeah, I was like, I'm going to start making it more clear because a lot of people watch the channel. They see me a lot. They don't see you guys a lot. So they assume I'm the channel. So I apologize to her for that. But
I'll make it up to her. It's a kingdom promise.
It's a
candy.
Don't worry about it. Trust me, they don't care that much. I mean, yeah, it's a feel bad because we're opening stuff and it's like, oh, it's all for you, boo-hoo. But actually, the sodas, We got sodas from Popped Heat, and we actually went to FAO Schwartz. You're going to see that 2 soda Saturday, this Saturday. She's okay.
That's the thing too, because like I know a lot. I kind of know what K's fandom, but like I don't know what Jay's fandom is because I don't see him enough.
Thank you. Yeah, Jay likes he likes Kingdom Hearts, Overwatch. He's a gamer, so
okay, that's all I need to know.
I won't say all the gaming stuff, but Pokemon.
Gamers are particular, but that's good.
And he likes anime too, so anime stuff. I couldn't tell you specific anime stuff, but he knows My Hero Academia and what's the other one? Not Dragon Ball. Naruto. He knows Naruto stuff, so But like I said, don't stress out about it. They don't care. They want most of my collection. they get mad. Well, mostly Kay gets mad when I trade off stuff to get more Star Wars stuff. She's like, "But I wanted that. But I wanted that." I'm like, well, I wanted these. Okay, this is my collection.
But I wanted that.
Oh, he said, "Where the Harley Quinn?" It's over here. It's still in the box. I'm once I find a place to display it. The video just dropped. Go watch the video. And then once it gets enough airtime, I'll put Harley behind me somewhere. Because I got to change this whole middle section again. So we'll see. Anyway. Back to Boba. Like I said, somewhere in the background, there's like a guy that looks like Jack Sparrow. So I'm going to try to find it and put it up. So we'll see. He said, my mom wants my walking dead collection. Yeah, because they're awesome. But overall, this episode I think was definitely better than the first. I like both episodes; they were awesome to me, and
me too.
I can't wait to see where this show goes. It's like so good, man. I'm almost.
To be honest, too, bro. I'm almost hoping that they keep with these flashbacks because after this season, even if they sign, let's say another season, God willing. I don't think in the second season we're going to get a lot of flashbacks to his past. So, I really hope they give us a little bit more of these flashbacks because as a Boba fan, this is we need this.
Yeah.
We need this. Keep giving us these flashbacks.
It goes to show his character, too, why he's a badass, because
even the younger one.
Yeah.
Even youngling flashbacks.
Yeah.
You only get little glimpses of him as a youngling in the movies.
Right.
But you don't get the perspective from him in the movies.
Right.
So, if they could do something to that effect, I really want it.
Right. And the thing is, even in the Clone Wars show, where he has more of a character arc, you still don't get to see him as an adult Boba Fett doing stuff. He was a kid there. And then, of course, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, he's dead. And now he comes back, and it's you still don't know who Boba Fett is. So now you're learning who Boba Fett is.
Teenage years.
Yeah, so this is pretty cool. And I think I want to ask you guys, as far as character predictions, who you think might show up. Because we talked about it last night, me, Fett, and TechBot. And, of course, there's all the bounty hunters that could come back. Cad Bane, Bosk, Dengar, but I'm kind of expecting to see. Damn, I just had the name in my head and I just forgot it. Oh my god. We talked about possibly Han Solo, which I think he should, but
I think you're gonna see. I think you're gonna see a lot of off-screen characters that you wouldn't really see. You only see like this Chew guy, whatever his name is.
Black K.
Or Coruscant, okay. I think you're going to see more of that. I think you're going to see a lot more of the more popular characters, but not screen time characters.
Yeah. I think, too, Rion, I said it last night, I think Kira's showing up. I think she's going to be there because Amelia Clark, who plays Kira in the Solo series, she signed on to do a role in one of these Star Wars shows. So this could be one where she shows up. The character I really want to see, which would be really awesome, it would be Mace Windu. This is where he should show up. Because Of course, at the end of Revenge of the Sith, you saw him get shocked and thrown out the window. Doesn't mean that he's dead, because of course they didn't show him die. First of all,
no,
you're assuming he's dead. He was a master Jedi, so even though he got shocked and thrown out the window, he could have found a way to land on a car. Remember, cars are flying around out there. Anakin was jumping car to car.
Leia's flying around in outer space. She's fine.
Exactly. Yeah. So Mace could have fell into a car and got flown away and was healing or in hiding or whatever, just like all the other Jedi. So it's possible he could still be here. And considering that in the Clone Wars cartoon, Boba Fett tried multiple times to kill Mace Windu as a kid. But Kid Boba Fett tried to kill Mace Windu because he knows that's the guy who killed my dad. Right. It would be so cool that adult Boba Fett runs into an old Mace Windu, and it's like instead of going to kill him, he just lets him go. Like, all right, yeah, you killed my dad, but you were his enemy. He was your enemy. It was a fair fight. You won. I can understand that. I can respect that now. I can let it go. And just kind of just leaves Mace alone. Like, because everybody expects him to want to get revenge. And he just kind of goes, you know what? It is what it is.
Yeah, he's grown beyond that, I think. Yeah, for sure.
Exactly.
Sure. It's
so,
all about the...
I would like to see something like that. I mean, it doesn't have to go down like that. It would be cool to see. Anyway. And of course,
Obi
forgot.
crossover?
I doubt it. At this point, Obi-Wan's dead. So I doubt you'll see Obi-Wan. Unless they do some type of flashback. But even then, no, you could do young Obi, yeah. With the younger Boba Fett, if they do a younger flashback, yeah, you could probably do that.
Oh man, it's the book's so wide open. I mean, there's just too many for me to even contemplate.
Darth Maul can't show up because he's dead at this point.
Yeah,
but if it's flashback, I could see them showing him. But at this point in the timeline, Darth Maul's dead. Yeah, so I really can't see him showing back up. Yeah, because this is after Return of the Jedi. And Darth Maul died way before Return of the Jedi. I don't want to spoil anything, but watch Clone Wars.
Right.
And Rebels, I mean.
Rebels, man. Oh, hell yeah.
So, with that being said, excellent episode. Thank you guys for coming to hang out with us.
Thank you for having me, Jkl. I appreciate it, man.
Absolutely.
I love talking Boba, man. Anytime. Anytime.
Awesomeness. So we got to get out of here because I know Pop Heat's tired. I'm tired. I got to go to work in the morning. Chase is a madman. He'll be up all night and then up in the morning. And then, do you ever sleep? I do
sleep. Well, when I sleep, Kick 'em Ugly Kick 'em Ugly.
Oh,
Mr. Ugly.
Mr. Ugly comes up.
So I had to put him. He jumped in the chat earlier. This guy.
Yeah, so he jumped in and out.
I think I nodded out. See, that was a problem. I nodded out from the day.
But thanks for coming to hang out and talk.
Absolutely, man. Anytime. You can always catch me Saturday morning for Morning Brew Funko Review on Chase's Kingdom, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Grab a cup of Joe. Let's talk Funko.
There you go. Pop T, what do you got coming up? Anything?
I've got an anime theme possibly on Friday. Anime theme video coming, and I suppose that's it this week. See what happens.
Hey, at least he's doing something, right?
Yeah, right.
Hey, man. Proud of you, bro. I'm proud of you. He's steady content. He's pumping it out, man.
Yeah.
I dropped a video today, so I'm proud of you. He's keeping up with me.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet, but I did see when you dropped it, so I got to take a look at that. I have, like I said, Two Soda Saturday this Saturday. Of course, new and old, they're going to drop a Two Soda Saturday because they do theirs every Saturday.
I know, man. You showed like you had them, but you didn't show them. You're like, we're saving them for Saturday.
Yeah. And actually, those aren't even the sodas we're opening this Saturday. That's going to be next Saturday.
Two Soda Saturday coming up.
That's right. We got two Soda Saturdays. One for this Saturday, one for next Saturday. This Friday, myself, Lass, TechBot Wayne, and Vince from the Pop and Duo, we're doing our noodle challenge.
I got my noodles, and then she's like, put the thing, and I was like, oh, well, Chase got left out. Well, I guess I don't have to be tortured by your damn noodles.
No, we're gonna do a Pop the Chaos News challenge. So
okay. So I gotta say,
most likely
Shit.
Pop T if you're
So I
going to
still
be
get
in
tortured.
it. We doubt Barbarian's going to do it, but of course we can have him on to commentate. So we're gonna work that out in the chat. Fett has his. I don't know.
I'll
if
save
Fett's
my
gonna eat
noodles.
him, but yes, please save them. So we're gonna do a Pop the Chaos one. So yep, guys,
So
we
we can
got
see
stuff
you.
coming.
Test them out.
Definitely make sure you follow all of us, myself, Pop Heat, Chase, Barbarian, New and Old Funko Unboxings, What the Data Buy Today, who's on hiatus, but she's still out there. Fett's Frequency, Last Catch 'em, and who am I forgetting?
Fett!
I said Fett. I forget
Fett.
somebody.
Barbarian? Did you
Oh
forget
no,
Barbarian?
I said everybody. Yes, I said all 8 of us. I was
It's
holding
easy
up
to
9.
forget Barbarian, you know.
I was holding up 9 fingers, going, "Who'd I forget?" It's only 8 of us.
See, that shows you how tired JKL is. You guys are awesome. Thanks, chat. You guys have been amazing. As always. We'll see you next week.
Yes, that's Chase from Chase's Kingdom. That's my boy Pop T. I'm L Awesome, up the Jkl Awesome. This is the Hot Popics live stream, and if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for you.
You're still here. It's over. Go home.
It's over. Go away.